everybody! Have you heard about the Drunken Peasants Patreon? It helps support the show while getting you some cool perks. Check it out! For $1 per month, you get to use our exclusive fan chat that appears at the bottom of the screen on every episode. For $5 per month, you get 2 new private shows, including Actual Mania, as well as our back catalog of private shows, plus all lower tier perks. For $10 per month, you get all of our monthly video content. This includes multiple post shows, our monthly reviews, our back catalog of all that content, plus all lower tier perks. For $15 per month, your name will appear in the ending credits of each DP episode, plus all lower tier perks. For $25 per month, you get to take part in our monthly booking committee hangout to help us book our Patreon content for that month, plus all lower tier perks. For $33 per month, you get an exclusive piece of DP merch each month, plus all lower tier perks. For $50 per month, you appear in the opening credits for each DP episode, plus all lower tier perks. For $100 per month, you get to join us as a guest on an episode of the Drunken Peasants podcast. Plus, you guessed it, all lower tier perks. Visit patreon.com/DP now to become a patron of the Drunken Peasants podcast.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants podcast.
I gotta get away with this. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh!
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a very special afternoon episode of the Drunken Peasants. So what I'm doing right now is I'm testing the waters to see, like, hey, if I stream earlier, will other people watch the show that normally don't get the opportunity to? So I'm here live at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So for some of you, it's the afternoon, but for most of us in the United States, it is not yet afternoon. But yeah, I'm going to do a live reaction to a documentary about Brett Keane that was made several years ago. It's very good. I rather enjoy it. I think I've done a review of it for Patreon years and years and years ago, but I thought, hey, we'll just watch it together here live and get a fresh reaction to it. Many of you may not have seen it so far, and we'll experience it together either for the first time or with new eyes this time for the first time again. Everyone, please like the stream. That's going to help out because people are not used to people streaming this time of day. You know, like we don't normally stream this time of day. There's a good chance Billy the Fridge is asleep right now. There's a good chance Billy the Fridge went to sleep 3 hours ago. Good chance. So yeah, I'm up this early a lot of times, but I am not used to streaming this early. It's going to take a moment here. I got my coffee ready to go. And truth be told, another reason I'm doing this stream is because the last 2 episodes haven't done... the last one was pretty good, but the one before that, Tuesday's episode, we did not do well on our goal progression. And I'd really hate for us to go into tomorrow's show on Saturday less than 50% of the way there. So I'm here today also to encourage all of you, if you want to help start a tip train and help us get a little closer to that goal, to help us out for tomorrow's show. That is much appreciated. It's not a requirement, but it's much appreciated. Tubes. Which, by the way, I heard Cobra got suspended for 2 weeks off of YouTube this time. So no Cobra content on YouTube. He does it on Facebook, which is such an odd place to run to. I think he might actually have a backup channel now, though. So maybe he's doing that. But the Facebook thing, he should at least go to Twitch, unless he's banned on Twitch. Maybe he's banned there. People get banned there all the time. Yeah, today I woke up at 7.
Better not go live. Boy.
Better not go. I like how it says live instead of live, you know, because it's two different words spelled the same way. And it chose live. I wonder if there's any circumstances where it'll say live. I don't know. Yeah, afternoon, DP. Please like the stream. Encourage me to do this more. Because if this stream is in any way successful, I'll do this more often. I'll wake up early. I woke up this morning. I did my exercises because I have this regimen that I'm doing. Like I've said before, I only eat every other day. And on the days where I don't eat, I do an hour of cardio that I split up into 2 half hours. I do the first half hour in the morning when I wake up, and then I do the second half hour at night, usually close to before I go to sleep. And then when I wake up the next day, that's a day where I can eat. But before I eat or do anything, I do one more half hour of cardio that morning. I have a machine that I do cardio on that's really low impact for old people like me with old joints and old leg injuries and shit. So that's what I've been doing. And now I can eat, and I won't do cardio at night tonight. I only do cardio once in the morning on days when I eat. So then tomorrow you start the cycle all over again. And I'm able to fit into clothes I haven't been able to wear in years. So something's working. Something's working out right. And I've been at it for 3 months now. This is my 3rd month doing it. So starting to see real results. First thing that went away was the bubble gut, like the Jared pregnant looking gut that I had one, but it wasn't like Jared's. I had like a pot belly, and a lot of it was just because I would eat too much. Like I would eat until total fulfillment, which you probably shouldn't do. You shouldn't eat until you're like so full you can't eat anymore every time. That's a good thing. You know, it's nice to indulge every now and then, but you shouldn't do it for every meal, and that's what I was doing. So forcing myself to not eat every other day made that impossible, basically. And now my stomach has shrank, and I can't eat as much as I used to, even if I wanted to. I get full really quickly now. Your stomach can kind of shrink after it's used to not being pumped full of food on a daily basis. So, yeah. So that's basically, yeah, I was eating until...
Is this amount that he won?
No, that's not the hee-hee. Let me show you the hee-hees really quick, since you asked. I've had people hate on me for the hee-hees, but people like it, so I'm doing the hee. This is how the hee-hees work. So I wouldn't recommend doing the $4 one if you want to type a long message, because it's only going to be up on the screen for 2 seconds. The $12 one is 7 seconds. That's enough for a good message. So it's $4 for 2, and then after that, everyone ends with a 2. So $12 for 7, 22 for 10, and so on. And once you get up into the upper echelons of the, you know, like the $92 one, it plays for well over a minute. It plays, you know, for like 1.25 minutes. So, yeah, it's there if you want to do it. It's funny. Because Jared has funny laughs. I've heard him do it in other videos. I would like for people to send me clips of Jared's other laughs so I can switch it up a little bit and put like a different one at each donation level here.
Poor Ben. Struggies called you a fat and you stopped eating. Pour out a large French fries for the homies that can't eat none.
Yeah, pour it out. Yeah, Struggies. I like it how it said Struggies. It sounds like a off-brand of diaper or something like that. Yeah, Struggies made fun of me for being fat, and I became anorexic. Damn it. Yeah. Please like the stream. If you're just showing up, we haven't started the Brett Keane thing yet, but we're about to right now. So I'm going to play the intro, and we're going to get right into this. Let's start it now.
Individual situation. Check out the beautiful asshole.
The individual Brett Keane segment situation.
So this is a documentary called The Apex of Failure. I want to give the channel a plug, even though I think she actually, honestly, just look up The Apex of Failure, the Brett Keane documentary, and you'll find it. The person who made this back in the day switched channels. So I think they have like a different channel now. So you can find her new channel at the new location too. But let's check this out. This is The Apex of Failure, the Brett Keane documentary.
Topic of Brett Keane.
To Brett in St. Louis, Missouri.
And of course, Brett Keane.
So her name used to be Thy Name is Skepticism, but they have a different name now.
Brett Keane.
Welcome, Brett.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Put on a
My
fucking
name is-
shirt.
It's the early 2000s, and the debate between atheist and Christian was as strong as ever. But with the conversation moving on to a different platform, it was about to enter into dangerous and intense waters. By 2006, the intellectual war between the science supporters and the creationists began, and a man by the name of Brett Keane made his first video.
Thought it would be best to get into the environment that spawned Brett Keane, because he's more of a product of his environment than an individual.
I have no idea who this is talking here with the toothpaste on there. Or I don't know what that is. It looks like toothpaste, but it might... Or actually, no, it's cortisone cream. That's what it is. And then there's like a bottle of rubbing alcohol. Is this Jared's dad by any chance? I don't...
But he wasn't the only one. Because of the religious sides continuously branding science supporters as atheists, regardless of if they actually were, the fully fledged atheists had been brought out in full force.
And I disagree with something he said in the video.
Later,
this guy doesn't wear a shirt either.
Such as TJ Kirk and Dark Matter 2525 were just starting to make their marks, and would soon have their brush with the apex of failure. Here, now, in non-chronological order, we have an inside look into the mind, the condition, the anomaly of Brett Keane.
Who is the man?
It's a quiet, still, and unexciting life in America's Festus, Missouri.
I love how she found a video of someone driving down Main Street in Festus. Which, by the way, I don't believe Brett lives literally in Festus. I think Festus is a small town, and Brett Keane lives in, like, the boondocks outside of Festus, Missouri, as far as I know.
The inhabitants are used to keeping their heads down.
And then Festus is, like, outside of the St. Louis metro area.
Going about life. But perhaps unknown to them, one resident is as far from that as can be. Because of the lies and deleting of videos, there are a lot of details that are not known about Brett Keane. But here's what we...
One thing we know is that he was blue for a period. He had a blue period.
We do know. Festus, Missouri is his home.
Sometimes I'll make the lights blue in here and I'll feel kind of like Brett Keane during his blue phase.
And he lives there with his wife Dawn Keane and his children. Not much is known about his children. However, there was an incident believed to be started by Brett involving someone sending him an email calling his children water-headed idiots due to his daughter's medical condition. The man Brett claimed to have sent
fake Sagan looking like he's from the 70s here.
Email, known as Fake Sagan, denied the act of doing so, and it was widely believed that the entire thing was done by Brett in an attempt to start drama and gain sympathy. Brett's wife, Dawn Keane, has spoken a few times on video.
This is my old apartment in Ohio.
Though not many, and is featured in Brett's intro, telling people to upvote his videos. However, not everything in their marriage seemed to be alright. Brett allegedly has charges of domestic abuse with Dawn as the victim.
So, no charge. Look, just to clear this up, I don't believe there are actual charges. I do think there was like a restraining order filed, where if Brett had violated, there were like 2, I believe, and if Brett had violated those restraining orders, there would have been criminal charges. But I don't think there were ever any actual charges. See, unlike Brett, I'll be fair and go with what I actually know and not make up bullshit. There were charges of domestic violence, or I'm sorry, there were no charges of domestic violence. There were restraining orders.
And since Brett has not been able to give a comprehensive, coherent, and consistent story on the subject, there is only dark speculation.
So are you willing, Brett, now, and you can say no, but are you willing to discuss your domestic violence charges?
Hello, folks. This is Brett Keane. I didn't know if I wanted to make a video about this because this is really, really fucked up.
Yeah, it's a petition filed for an order of protection. So it's a restraining order. So at some point, Dawn Keene felt that she needed the authorities, the law, to keep Brett from contacting or coming near her. That's what this is. We don't know the details, but that's what that is.
Just totally fucking out there. Some guy named Contrast is posting.
At this point, Brett still has a little teeth, and he'll claim that these were his dentures because he told this lie a long time ago that his dad punched out all of his teeth, and this would screw up the consistency of that lie. So he claims that the teeth here are his dentures, but it's not. It's the teeth he had left. He had like 5 or 6 upper front teeth left at this point. At some point, a dentist had to remove whatever teeth he had left.
Records of me all over. The guy's putting records up of my past. They're basically abuse charges.
There is no domestic violence.
There's not?
No.
Okay, so
I had an ex parte put against me. I did not do any kind of time, go to court.
It is funny that he called them charges back then. No one's actually found charges, but it is very strange that in that old video where he was trying to explain this back in the day, he did refer to them as charges.
Anything like that, because I didn't do anything to anybody.
How is Brett still alive? He's not that old. He's really not that old. He's mid to late 40s. I think he's like 4 years older than me. So he's like mid to late 40s. So that's why he's still alive. He's not that old. He might not take care of himself, but there's plenty of people who are out of shape and like lazy and don't take care of themselves that are still alive when they're in their 40s. 40s is pretty young to die. One weird thing that happened recently was that I saw Brett actually admit that he was smoking weed recently. It blew my mind. We were watching one of his newer videos, and he talked about how he took a hit off of a joint or a blunt or something. And I was like, he would have never admit. He tried to portray this very wholesome image back in the day. Like, I'm just a good God believer, and I'm just asking questions.
Hard to get it all straightened out. So if that's what you think, the stepmom was involved and my daughter was involved with this.
Sure. All I'm saying is that you have 2 very conflicting videos, and now that's a third story.
Before Brett had become an atheist and made his appearance on YouTube, he stated that he worked for a church and took great pride in his ability to persuade others to believe what he said. If those skills ever existed, they have apparently been forgotten by him now.
They never existed.
Where you demonstrated any kind of scientific reason why God shouldn't exist in the universe.
This is such a classic right here.
Would you be able to?
It was a big shock to many viewers and internet acquaintances when Brett decided to become a Christian. Or at least adopt the characteristics and criteria of a Christian, but refused to call himself so. He calls himself a God believer. Due to Brett's strange behavior, those acquaintances drifted away. 2 of them, Paul Zigo and TJ Kirk, now hosts on a podcast called Drunken Peasants.
That tells you how old this is.
Do this. Yes. Now we're gonna watch that and laugh. We're not gonna watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like really fucking.
In episode 21 of the podcast, a video made by Brett Keane was watched by the peasants. This video featured Brett going through a list of qualifiers, questions, and requests that would have to be addressed before he went on the show. Clearly, the air of entitlement and fame was becoming more apparent as the years went by. This mood and these videos would become a regularly occurring thing on his channel. Not only that, but much of his video making style had changed. Gone were the laid-back and quick-to-the-point videos, in favor of 2-minute intros, featuring a cover of the final countdown and a plea for...
He still does that. He still does, like, minute-and-a-half-long intros of cover songs. I think his brother does them. That's what he does. It's weird.
Positive ratings on his channel. There was also an air of sad desperation, one that had seemingly come to stay for the remainder of his life.
Hello guys, this debate originally aired on the Drunken Peasants YouTube channel.
He and others on the creationist side agreed to debate the peasants. Despite his bravado prior to the episode, Brett himself barely spoke, allowing the conversation to devolve, and then complaining about it.
Yeah, he let all of his cronies do the talking for him. It's kind of like Eric July on the what is it, the Flashcast or whatever, and he just let everyone defend him, and he just kind of sat there quiet while Dick Masterson was on. It's kind of similar to that.
Afterwards. It wasn't only religious beliefs that Brett continually changed. In an attempt to gain favor, Brett continually contradicts himself, adopting different political beliefs and ideologies, including feminism, conservatism, and even becoming a hardcore Trump supporter at one point.
That's still around.
The curious thing about this all is that Brett could not get into the heaven he believed, even with his religious beliefs. In the early days of the religious debate on YouTube, a group by the name of the Rational Response Squad was giving away free copies of a Richard Dawkins book. The way to get one? Purposely do the...
No problem, Boglum Reacts. Keep up the great work. I appreciate it. Everyone like the stream, by the way, if you haven't already. And this is a special afternoon DP stream that I'm just doing solo here. Woke up kind of early and decided to make this stream happen. If you want to support us, like the stream, and if you want to chuck us a couple dollars, there's the link right there at the top.
Ultimate thing that will get you permanently banned from heaven. Blaspheming God. And it's a serious thing too. Matthew 12:32 says, "Whoever speaks against the Holy Spirit will not be forgiven, either in this age or in the age to come." And another says, "Whoever blasphemes against the Holy Spirit never has forgiveness, but is guilty of an eternal sin."
Of course, yeah, Brett is constantly shifting, and he'll do the "I'm starting to doubt God" thing eventually. He does that every so often. You know, he quit recently for 12 hours and came back, so the cycle's alive, you know?
So this brings us to the realization that even if Brett is legitimately religious, he cannot go to heaven for the rest of eternity, and nothing he does will erase that.
I mean, he'll just say he believes in he's not a Christian, he's a God believer, and that's not part of his God belief. He'll do whatever it takes.
Continuing to not acknowledge his atheistic past, Brett to this day continues to ask atheists about the origins of life, as well as accuse them of attacking him, his family, and generally tormenting the religious people in his life.
Now you say a child, so if a child is...
Oh God, Nephilim free.
I still wonder about how this man made such a switch, so suddenly. Though some have presented the widely accepted argument that...
I like how she's just talking about it, and then in the background, kind of faintly, there's all the chatter from the argument in the background.
He was never a genuine voice in the religious debate.
Why is Brett Keene's mouth so crooked? in this picture of him. He has the black hair with the gray roots growing out. He's got the goatee. He's got you know, that manatee look going on. He even has the blue tank top on. Jesus Christ.
And I mean, you have to think about the fucking rape victim before you...
And sought a religious label in order to obtain charity.
His conversion story is beautiful, too. His family was in financial distress, so he took a walk. And he's like, man, I should e-beg. So then he e-begged, and people gave him money, and he's like, God exists.
By the way, this was when I had really shitty sound equipment. And this is when all the sound sounded really bad. This was before the money rolled into where I could get a good mixer and all that. So everything, I was using this really old shitty mixer that I had bought when I was a teenager, and it wasn't that good. And the mics weren't very good.
Well, he said that they were mostly Christians that
everything sounds muffled.
Were donating money to him.
So he e-begged and Christians gave him the most money. There you go.
He's like, I need to be a Christian.
He's
now.
just loyal to whoever. If it was Muslims, it would have been, he'd be, you know, Muslim. If it was Buddhist, he would have been Buddhist. You know, whatever.
By the way, visit audibletrial.com/drunken peasant. Peasants, rather.
That was by no means forced or out of context.
Completely.
Of course, some argue that he is just
out
stupid.
of context.
Individual situation.
Ha! There's our intro.
The individual Brett Keane segment situation.
Much information that was known about Brett Keane is brought up in the Drunken Peasants podcast. Though Brett was once on friendly terms with TJ and Paul's ego, he is extremely bitter about their work on the podcast, and numerously tries to rewrite history to make them horrible people, and making himself a victim of their harassment.
Actually, TJ wasn't willing to concede you were a human. I was like, is Brett human?
A joke at the expense of Brett that has been widely recognized by the Drunken Peasants fan community, revolving around the words individual and situation originally, but now including the phrase sitting there and sat there.
Yeah, and it continues to grow. The list of Keenisms continues to grow. As time moves on, we're still finding new ones. He's still coming up with new weird shit to say. Unintentionally. Sometimes unintentional humor is great. If he would have just learned to roll with it and not be the way he is, then it probably would have been a lot better for him in the long run.
Is something that cannot be avoided. This is because Brett has used these words so much that it is impossible to talk about him without the joke being referenced.
Paul's ego prediction powers of the future situation.
As well as the episode 23.
Paul's ego prediction powers of the future situation. It's true, because he would always tell us like what's on the horizon, and then it would happen shortly after.
Episode 166 also featured Brett as a guest. Though episode 166...
Brett claims that we paid him $1,000 every time he was on the show, but that's not true at all. We only paid him for the shows that were like pay-per-view, you know? We'd put them on Vimeo, and you had to pay like $5 to $10, I don't remember how much it was now, to like watch it. That shit we paid Brett for because the return on it was just like multiple times whatever we had to pay him. So we paid him for those, but the times he just came on and we talked to him, no. We probably paid him twice ever. No more than 3 times. I can't remember exactly, but no more than 3, probably 2.
Is far more known, spawning the hashtag We Were There as a tribute to the historic moment.
Way back when, in 2000.
Recently, episode 302 has started on its way to become as revered as 166, featuring Brett and a friend of the peasants, Tommy from the Bronx.
Ha!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name
is... That's so classic. The blue Brett. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. He's laying in bed without a shirt on, like arching his back. He's in like the cobra yoga position. He's doing the cobra.
The Peasants fan community knows Brett Keane as the Manatee.
Look at him. Yeah, I mean, like, the blue light only added to the Manatee persona, right?
Weird situation.
Ha ha. Yeah, that's a 12. So 12, 22, 32, 42, 52, 62, and so on. And it gets longer and longer and longer the higher it gets. Please like the stream if you haven't already. Thank you so much.
Which the Manatee himself has mistakenly called Matinee. And this has been
yeah, he was like, you guys said I'm like a matinee? It's like, what?
Noted to become part of the joke.
Yeah, you're an afternoon movie screening, Brett. You're a matinee.
This joke was first coined by Drunken Peasants host Ben, who runs the technical aspects of the show.
He's blue like a manatee.
In episode 177,
I don't remember how it started. She says I started it, but I don't know if that's true. I don't remember.
Ian had made his video with a shot looking down from the top and a strangely intense blue filter overhead, prompting Ben's remark. The Drunken Peasant saga of Brett's life is still ongoing, even though the current Starve the Manatee initiative of the peasant.
I wonder if he dyes his eyebrows and his facial hair, or if his hair is just completely white. Is his hair just completely white, but the hair on his face is just darker? Is that what's going on? Or do you think he dyes it? Let's see. I'm going to start a poll right now that you guys can vote on. And if you're watching this after the fact, put in the comments if you think Brett dyes his facial hair. We're going to have the live viewers vote. I want to hear from you in the comments, though, if you're watching this after the fact.
Is leaving Brett's channel stagnant. Brett Keane seems to have a bizarre fascination with TJ, who along with...
Yeah, I believe he just posted, like, he's always posting weird videos about all this old shit that happened forever ago. So he's still, like, stuck in the past. That's why I feel completely validated just, like, watching this old shit. Because it's like, we're going back in time, but the lore was still already pretty solid. It had already been around.
Reunite young water-headed Sturgis with his true father, Brett. I think it would make both of them happier. They can stream together. Called you fat. Brett can join the Rippaverse. It would be great.
That's just your opinion, bud.
The Peasants Show is also the owner of a channel formerly called The Amazing Atheist. These two were friends at one point, with Brett even...
So this tells you around when it was. It was when TJ changed his channel to just be his name for a little while, and then he changed it back eventually.
Getting a video spot on TJ's channel briefly, something that Brett never seemed to let go of. Now, they could be considered strangers. Antagonists, according to Brett. Brett continues to be consistently bitter about this, and continues to put TJ's name in his titles. He fluctuates drastically in mood, sometimes speaking of TJ in fondness and nostalgia.
Yeah, it's like bipolar shit is what it is.
Then in a mean-spirited and vengeful retelling.
Yeah, it's some weird bipolar shit.
The amazing anus, the amazing asshole. Penetrated. He's got a micro-management penis. Stick a banana up your ass. TJ's butt particles and banana potassium.
TJ's butt particles and banana potassium. Yeah, he wants to slurp on some of that potassium.
A particularly strange fascination Brett has concerns the incident of a video leaking of TJ pushing a banana up his rear. Brett, since finding out about this, has repeatedly focused on this as well as talking about TJ's genitals.
The asshole and sticks bananas up his ass. Someone's sticking a banana up their ass. And one's penis with a banana hanging out.
In one sentimental video about TJ,
he does bring it up a lot.
Brett is even seen waving a banana around and kissing it.
Yeah, I remember that. when he kissed it.
Paul's ego prediction powers of the future situation.
Another Peasants host, Paul's ego, has gained the reputation of Brett Keane behavioral predictor and Brett Keane historian.
I have seen the websites that you create. I am a Brett Keane historian after all.
He is able to predict the cycle of behavior, one that he has dubbed the Brett Keane cycle, and has kept an impressively correct track record. And Brett appears to know it as well.
Micromanagement situation.
In 2016...
This video was so ridiculous. This video was so ridiculous. And he gave Paul all these shitty broken teeth and stuff. Like, he gave Paul his teeth, basically.
Brett published a video called Paul's Ego Prediction Powers of the Future Situation.
Actually, these are more teeth than what
which he attempted to make fun of Paul and his claims.
You're degenerate, you suck. Write this quick.
It is widely agreed by the podcast fan community that Brett fails miserably. Even during the video itself, there is an accepting sadness, a projection. It's as if he knows these predictions of failure are true, and he is attempting to gain the last laugh through jokes.
I think another reason Brett doesn't like a lot of this stuff is because he likes to be able to delete things and then deny later that he said and did things. And these are like, you know, there's the commentary over it, but then there's the, like, it's an archive of a lot of these Brett videos that he probably wishes weren't there. Just a hunch.
Satire. This tactic falls into the list of known tactics used by Brett, referred to as Keanisms, which also refers to the various mistakes he made when pronouncing English words.
Upload a video, and it's gonna say God teeth.
Actually, wait. He said predicting the future and some people's reading isn't so smart after all. What does that mean? I don't know.
This includes playing dumb to provoke aggression, dodging the question entirely, pretending not to remember details, pretending not to understand the question, and frequent absences during live debates when the subject becomes too difficult to overcome.
Yep, having a French vanilla situation. That's what he was doing. He kept like getting up and leaving and saying the French vanilla was hitting him.
Oh, Brett's leaving. Brett's leaving. Okay, that's fine. That's good because I don't want to hear him bloviate anymore. Yeah, that's fine. Go take a shit, Brett. Go dunk your fucking head in the toilet and flush it till you pass out, you piece of fucking garbage.
There have been attempts by Paul's ego to extend an olive branch of sorts to Brett for entertainment, though these have failed or gotten weird replies by Brett.
Do you remember it?
Yeah. It was
wasn't it so much better back then? Not to digress.
So all of these people, instant fame, a lot of them become YouTube.
I don't know who Jeffrey McLean is. Interesting.
Partners. Brett Keane's one of them. Now, these people all have something to contribute. They understand theology and can, those that understand theology can address the issue on a theological side. Those that understand science can address it and address the scientific side of things.
I don't
Brett
know.
Keane doesn't understand either, so
I've watched this before, and I didn't know who he was. I don't know who this is.
Screwed. He's got nothing to contribute.
I know he has cortisone cream and rubbing alcohol and something else that looks like a coffee creamer thing, like a pitcher for coffee creamer. I don't know.
At all. So, YouTube partners are pressured.
Please like the stream, everybody. And I'm going back to the poll to look at where we're at with it. And most people are saying Brett dyes his facial hair, that like how his hair is like perfectly white on top of his hair, on top of his head, but his eyebrows and his beard and his mustache are all dark. They're saying it's dye, like Just for Men or probably, you know, that kind of thing.
Were at the time pressured to get more views. A lot of them felt
he likes to do
the best
this.
way to do it was to start drama.
Hey, Brett, did you ever refund any of the people that donated to you supposedly losing your house, but really went to your Amazon wish list? You paid them back?
Not all of them, but I am sitting there still working on it. I don't make
Bullshit.
it as you guys.
Another notorious proven accusation that seems to be one of the first things mentioned alongside Brett's name is the attempted censorship of people who create satire of Brett's life or simply disagree. One recent example of this is the Drunken Peasants YouTube channel, which is a fan channel that uploads clips of the show for ease of access of the fans. Their video, Brett Keane sitting there on DP for another brutal roasting, a clip from Brett Keane's appearance on the episode 302,
Some of my favorite
was taken
Brett
down for
was when he mentions every host has a micromanagement situation, but never mentions a Ben individual.
Oh no. Yeah, I don't these are all fuzzy memories for me. I don't remember a lot of these specific. I rely on you guys to help me remember it.
for sexual content, even though no sexual content was in the clip. Flagging for sexual content is a common occurrence in Brett's accusations, and Brett himself has even made a video on how he does it, though he denies any false flagging accusations.
He's a false flagger.
Right afterwards, after I report every goddamn video on the channel. Let's see what we got.
Let's see what we got here. How many of these could I flag? How many?
Because you can't just stop at a few of them. Let's see.
Yeah, he made a video false flagging a bunch of people. Literally, flagging every video on someone's channel. He made it into a video and uploaded it.
Fetus? Oof, that sounds sexual. Oh, bitch beard birthday. Ugh, I never did like napalm. Let's see. Boy. Ugh, that sounds kind of nasty. The Spare Dick Project. You know what? Fuck it. I don't feel like going through all your videos and seeing your ugly goddamn face. I'm just going to just fucking check off a couple of them. Here we go. Continue. Now, YouTube doesn't even bother to investigate or watch what the videos are and all that. They'll just have to take my word for it.
He'll deny this kind of shit now, but he blatantly did this.
Whether I have videos on YouTube or videos on other sites, I'm going to do this every day. I'm going to spend 10 minutes of my day. Did you see how long it took me to flag 5 fucking videos? It would take me roughly, I'd say 15 minutes if I continue to go back and forth, back and forth. So you'll be gone, Coughlin and Napalm and whoever else fucking looks as stupid as you and pisses me off. Peace. Have a good day.
Apart from this, there are many more plagiarism and stealing incidents in Brett's quest for money and fame.
So I ignored every last one of them. Dozens of emails that I received telling me pretty much the same story. I went on Brett Keane's channel, and I disagreed with something he said in a video, and the next thing I know, I was banned. Someone sent
Brett
me
Keane banning
to a
the fuck
site
out of everyone.
created by you, where you claimed that that you had written the lyrics to a song that you had not written the lyrics to.
In 1999, a poet by the name of Judy Burnett published a poem by the name of Dad.
This is hilarious. The plagiarism.
Many lists of sad poetry and classic.
It's like, it's not a huge deal. It's just pathetic. The plagiarism part of Brett Keane's personality.
Works, and, to the surprise of many, ended up in Brett Keane's hands. More surprising still, Brett had changed the poem partially and presented it as his own.
Like, he thought nobody would recognize it. I mean, this was a long time ago, but you could still Google song lyrics.
As well as accusations about Brett, there are too many instances to count of Brett making videos about others in an attempt to gain fame for drama. These mainly target the Drunken Peasants and their fan base, as well as many famous names or events. Accusations of
the thing Brett would do is he would claim anyone that was trolling him was us. Like, anything that any troll did to him, he would make it seem like we personally did it to him. Like, he would say the Drunken Peasants did it when it was just some random person trolling. Like, they probably were watching the show, but it doesn't, like, we didn't send them to do anything to Brett. All we were doing was reacting to his videos. And that's a common lolcow thing. Like, we see that with Jared, too.
Pedophilia, lying, and personal harassment make a repeated occurrence on Brett's many channels.
Many
one of Brett
channels.
Keen's channels, and I don't remember if it was the Stallion 76 or Mr. Evolution 666 or 777 or whatever the fuck it was. It was one of those.
Brett has had many channels in his life. Not all of them are known, but some of them include Brett Keen Superstar, The Stallion.
Yeah, I remember Brett Keen and Brett Keen Hollywood. That was the one he had back in the day when he first started coming on DP.
Mr. Evolution 666, God TV Radio, God TV Radio International, God TV Radio Christian Brett Keen, Games You Love and Movies You Love.
Brett Keen Hollywood.
Due to allegations of flagging and a doxing incident occurring where Brett had published the details of Atheist FM, he is actually in violation of the terms of service, warranting a permanent ban from YouTube.
He used to call himself Brett Keen Hollywood, but now he probably thinks like Hollywood is run by the Illuminati or something like that because he's deep into that conspiracy shit more than ever before.
And he has been permanently banned, but he keeps coming back.
Yes. Brett Keen is living proof that a lifetime ban on YouTube like hardly lasts, especially if you're not a very recognizable person. Like if a really big YouTuber got banned and tried to come back, they'd probably get caught because they'd start getting a lot of attention suddenly that would get YouTube's attention. But Brett Keen coming back doesn't raise a lot of red flags on the YouTube side of things because he's not like a huge draw or anything, so he can just keep coming back and eventually he'll fuck up and get banned again. That's how it's always, or he deletes I think he does delete the channels sometimes too. It's another thing Jared does.
Wow, I would recommend this.
There has been no denying it. It's been said many times that Brett is desperate for views, beyond measure. But considering his actions, the question must be asked, is it real? This delirium, this hopeless handful of curiously inept acts.
It was so fascinating to people. I don't even fully get it, but even like the old Brett Keen compilation videos are very popular, and a lot of the old Brett Keen videos on this channel still get pretty good views from time to time. This is a salt truck. It's salt. Some of you are probably familiar with it, but I don't know if everyone is. It's like in a place where it snows a lot and the roads freeze over. They have giant trucks full of salt and they just sprinkle it all over the roads so that it can't turn into ice. I know they don't have them everywhere. I never see a salt truck where I live now, but where I grew up, there were salt trucks salting the roads every winter. They'd go out and do it before the snowstorm to get ahead of it so it wouldn't freeze over.
Though how many visitors he has, we're not sure.
He's a lol sea
is Brett
cow.
truly this way? Can he be persuaded to change?
That's a good one. Friends and enemies.
Undoubtedly due to Brett's behavior, friends come and go at an alarming rate. Many of them become enemies. Such examples of friends include newly reformed and religious Chris Anderson.
It's the same shit with with Case right here.
So that's why he's poning me. It's because I hurt Brett Keen's feelings.
He's poning you for being skeptical, something he was for years a skeptic.
How dare I not be a credulous retard like Jesus Freak?
Jesus Freak. Yeah, I remember Jesus Freak was coming around this time, and Brett Keen claimed he gave all the money that we paid him to Jesus Freak, and that turned out to be a lie.
Anderson.
Formerly known as Fake Sagan. The list also includes G-Man, a creationist who has had...
We paid Brett Keen $1,000 to do a pay-per-view special with him. That was very successful. And Brett Keen tried to do his, like, I'm a wholesome, nice guy thing and claimed he gave all that money to Jesus Freak to help Jesus Freak's daughter who had a medical condition. And that there's no way that is true. There's 0.00% chance that is true.
Clashes with the peasants. No matter the type of encounter, G-Man always thinks he comes out victorious, no matter if no one else thinks so.
Word, while all these so-called free thinkers feed you a bunch of turds.
This old G-man rap.
The scientific theories made up in Darwin's head.
You know what I'm saying? So could you skip
The longest friend of Brett Keane so far has been the mysterious J-Dubs, whom
Who knew that all G-Man had to do was turn on Shanny, and now people like him and watch? I mean, like, more people than I would think would ever watch him and give him donations and shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck? I would have never have guessed something like that. It's a weird parallel universe.
Brett does a lot of gaming with. Even he and Brett have had their tussles. Other associates include True Empiricism, Nephilim Free, Jesus Freak, and even the Vigilant Christian at one point.
Oh my goodness.
It's unknown if they still associate with him now.
I mostly know Paul.
Oh God.
One of the recent controversies, for lack of a better word, was Brett Keane's appearance on The Atheist Experience, a show dealing with the topics of creationism, religion, and lack of belief in God. Brett Keane called into the show,
This is
and
so-
after a lengthy
He embarrassed himself, but he came out of this thinking it was a win for him. And this is one of the biggest fails ever. Because they called him out for something we had called him out for multiple times, where the echo, like there was an echo. Because he was like restreaming us or recording us or whatever, and he didn't know how to set up his sound right, so there was an echo. And then he would try to like be, oh, my speakers, I'll turn my speakers down, like all that shit. He's done that so many times. He thinks he can outsmart people, but he can't normally. He has to fall back on like pure slander and lies. That's all he's got.
introduction talking about his channels and platforms, started to ask questions about atheism.
I'll read that since it was a 4, but I would say the $4 one, you might want to keep your messages short and probably just, let's see. What did that say? It said, long-term UK viewer, appreciate the content, never been able to watch live, keep it up, but thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I that's kind of what I was thinking. The people in Europe, are they watching, would they be able to watch live and send in a dono? And you did, so that this makes it worth it. Maybe I'll stream more often, this time of day and do an extra show. I'm trying to get to at least 50% of the goal, so that tomorrow when we stream, we're not so far away from it. We're at least halfway there. Thank you.
You guys were talking about how people have feelings and experiences, but they never demonstrate scientifically any of their position whatsoever.
Though confusing and clumsy, everything was normal. And then this happened.
By the way, I just got a message that you are rebroadcasting this on your stream, and I don't understand why you didn't just tell me that. Like, did you think we wouldn't let you?
I don't have any kind of issue with sitting here telling you this. I was concerned.
I don't have any kind of issue with sitting here telling you this. What? I don't have any kind of issue with sitting here telling you this.
About the questions
I just wanted to mention that I know that. I mean, it's not like you're getting away with something. It doesn't matter to me, but it's weird that you misdirected from that.
We're on fair ground here, then. You're broadcasting me, I'm broadcasting you. That's fine.
That's what Russell just said. He's fine with it.
But you know that we were broadcasting you.
Yeah,
I just think that's
make
strange.
It aware.
But you know that you're being broadcasted because you're broadcasting yourself. So
Right. Now I
it was
do. I just
fine.
don't understand why you felt like you needed to lie.
I didn't lie at
that's
all.
how he, yeah, that's Brett
I
Keane.
just told you I was broadcasting you. How's that a lie?
Never mind.
Okay, well, let me ask you this.
Brett was, in fact, recording the show, and even though the hosts were fine with it, he still acted extremely agitated and denied everything. He still denies a lot about this incident.
leprechauns in their backyard.
So there it is, Brett. There it is.
The answer to the question of are you rebroadcasting this is, well, I turned down my speakers.
Brett, do you understand how this makes you look? These are the two that, like,
the ringing noise that was bothering them.
No. It was the ringing noise and the constant echoing from your rebroadcast that was playing through your mic. You don't know how to separate your channels so that your mic is the only thing that's going out.
End at the time.
They told you over and over that it was causing them trouble. They asked you 15 fucking times, Brett. They asked you 15 fucking times in this video. Why are we echoing? Why do I hear that Skype noise?
That's like 15 minutes of a.
It's crazy.
What have we learned so far? What have we learned about this man? This husk of a human.
Holy
Brett is such a
shit!
Clown. Remember that no matter how bad things get, at least you'll never be Brett Keane.
That is a very important message. And by the way, thank you. We are now over 50%. So that's, I mean, this stream has already been more than worth it. So I appreciate it. Please like the stream if you haven't already.
Being. This manatee. This curiosity for morbid subjects. This ability of the human mind to find strange beauty in the worst of possibilities.
Someone said, "Where's Billy? Are you guys fighting again?" If you think Billy the Fridge is awake at almost 11 a.m. on a Friday, you don't know Billy the Fridge that well. Like, I mean, if he had like something like a doctor's appointment or like something where he needed to be, then maybe, but not normally. Billy's a late sleeper and late riser. So he's not going to be on like every single stream that I do. This is not like, if you notice, there's not a number at the end of this, so it's not like an actual episode or anything.
Has clearly brought us here today. But what have we learned? Is this man merely a failure? A study in failure?
And the playlist that these go into, they don't go into the main show playlist. I put them in like the specials playlist, so it's just like, I also put the like when we promote a Patreon show that we're about to do, we usually I put those in there too, because sometimes those are pretty fun because we do other stuff. Yeah.
Or actually a dark entity cleverly disguised? Or is this nothing more than what is seen on the surface? Do you think that even the worst person could change? It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining. The birds are chirping.
Oh yeah, Magicus, I remember that. I remember when you added those
to burn in
sounds.
hell.
That was pretty. You did a good Brett.
Skepticism, and this has been the apex of failure. The life of Brett Keane.
There we go. There it is. All right, so I drank a lot of coffee this morning. I have to go to the bathroom. I won't be gone for more than a couple minutes. So don't go anywhere, because I actually, when I come back, I'm going to play at least a little bit of Brett's old debate that he had with a video creator named Straight Dope back in 2011, so pre-Drunken Peasants, because it's really interesting. And I think the same like echo thing where he's like, why is it echoing? And Brett's like, I don't know, my speakers might be too loud. You'll see. He's pulled it so many times. We'll get into that when we come back, so don't go anywhere. said, didn't take that long, right? Only about 10 of you left, or 20, who knows. But everyone, please like the stream if you haven't already. We are at 50% of our goal. That's amazing. If you want to send more, I'm not going to complain. And we're doing another show tomorrow. Don't forget, Saturday show, starting at 6:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also, here's all these hee donations, just so you know, the people that do think the Jared hee thing is funny. I mean, so far it's fine. It's kind of funny when it happens because it's kind of a weird shake up. The longer ones are just like quite the shake up. All right. Here's Brett Keen's debate with Straight Dope. Let's see. I remember the audio in this being kind of bad, but let's see how if we can work with it. If not, we'll move on to something else.
Sound good? All right, cool.
Blog TV. God, this dates me a lot because Blog TV was the place where everyone live streamed before YouTube did live streaming. Everyone was live streaming over on Blog TV. I see in the chat room over on the right on the screen here, I see Adam Lore. And I remember Adam Lore was one of the people Brett Keen brought with him when he was on DP with G-Man and all of them. Yeah, I'm doing it early today to see what it's like for viewership and what it's like for donations. And I also, wanted to get to at least 50% of the goal, and we're there. So that's amazing. Wow, that's a long-term...
pretty good turnout tonight.
That's a long-term association. If Adam Lore's still talking to Brett, I mean, this video's 2011. So think about the length of time to be Brett Keen's online buddy.
Even though Erica Badu's live. Good surprise.
Is that the Undertaker? So Brett Keen comes in to playing the Undertaker's music, which I'm going to skip because it's copyrighted.
How about we do it where we show our face?
Okay, so Brett Keen's very hung up on, let's see your face.
I mean, I know that's what you want to look like, but...
You first.
All right, Brett, so it's cool with you if I direct this conversation for a while? And then you can say whatever you want when I'm all done?
Show yourself on video? You gonna show yourself on video?
Nope. Nope.
Why not?
You knew I wasn't going to, and you showed up, so...
Why wouldn't you want to?
I'll answer your questions after you answer mine. How about that?
How about we do it where we show our face?
Are you refusing to answer my questions if I don't show my face? Is that what's happening now?
Show your face. These people dig the shit out of you, man. Come on.
Your little buddies in here. Wow.
Hold on a second.
Why am I not surprised that your dribbling retard of a lackey is with you? I thought this was going to be one-on-one.
We were sitting here on Skype waiting to sit here.
I see. We were sitting here on Skype. I see Coughlin 666. He was someone that a lot of people watched back in the day.
Do this. I just hung up with him. So what's up? Are you going to show yourself, or are we going to sit behind our screens and hide all night and do that kind of silly stuff? Come on, man. I'm letting you have everything you want. All you got to do is show yourself, dope.
Come on.
What's option number 2?
Right. Let me have everything I want, and...
Hear the echo? You guys hear the echo? It's ridiculous.
You'll answer my questions, and then you can ask whatever you want to ask.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. So we're here to talk about these false allegations that I've made against you, right?
Go ahead and ask me whatever you like.
What you call false allegations.
The echo.
Yeah.
And people in the chat are like, there's an echo. It's not that he needs headphones. It's that he's recording and he doesn't know how to set up audio to where it doesn't broadcast back at the person. That's his problem.
All right, so I guess we'll start off with basically what's happened between you and me. My first question.
Are you having a delay or something?
My recent video, the debate challenge.
All right.
Sorry?
You did a debate. You did a debate.
Do you have
challenge
headphones
video.
or something, Brett?
No. Are you lagging? Do you want to connect through Skype? Is this a
I can
problem?
hear an echo.
Geez, I ain't got no headphones, man. You want to go through Skype on this maybe to be better? I didn't realize there'd be this much lag. Well, actually, I did. I said this to you.
Yeah.
Let's do Skype and you can broadcast me.
The
How's
lag
that
isn't
sound?
that bad, but I can hear myself through your mic.
Yeah, it's broadcasting back at him.
You want to try doing Skype then?
Happy Cabby has left the chat. Oh my God. I think Happy Cabby's no longer with us. I think he passed away. That was another guy that Brett Keane was like, he's a pedophile. I don't know if that was true or not, but usually when Brett says that, it's not, so.
Sure, no, I can't afford headphones, folks. What a surprise.
Shanny is me. Shanny is in there. That's Shanny for Christ. Right there. I remember Steph Zula, too. I remember a lot of these people from back in the day. This is, like, insane. And this was so long ago.
Surprise. All right, let's do that.
Right,
I got
why didn't
Skype
you put it on your
open.
wish list?
Yeah, right. Come on, man. Just open up your Skype, add me, and we'll broadcast that way. Come on, let's not ruin the show here.
Skype's
we won't
open.
have,
Have you added?
All right, let's see what we got here.
Okay, so now they're doing a Skype call.
All right. Can you close me out of the broadcast over there so we don't echo?
Oh my God.
Go ahead and shut my broadcast down here, or maybe I can do that, and you can broadcast me through your computer, right? Are you able to?
Yeah, let's just make sure everyone can...
Shanny put a frowny face in there.
hear you. Yeah, let's just make sure everyone can hear you.
Oh my God. There's someone that's saying Brett for life. Oh my God.
This is worse. I can't believe you don't have headphones.
Well, dude, I told you I'm poor as fuck. What do you want from me?
I'm poor as fuck. Yeah, Straight Dope wins by default because he has audio that works.
All right.
Yeah, that's true. Peach and Coughlin had a tragic romance. I do remember that. God, that shit's so old school.
Let me try turning my shit down over here and see if that helps. How's that? Is that better?
Can everybody hear Brett? Brett, say something.
Can you hear Brett? Brett, say something.
Nah, that's terrible.
I told you Black TV stuff.
You can hardly hear Brett now.
Man, yeah. Haven't you done a show on this?
So, as you can see, Brett has pulled this shit before. He did a similar thing to this on the Atheist Experience. It's the same shit.
Co-hosting?
I haven't actually. Hey, Brett, I thought you said that your wife had an MP3 player that crapped out. She didn't have headphones?
Let me mute this real quick on the Blog TV. There we go. How's that? Try now.
Okay.
See if you still echo. How's that?
I can hear you. Am I echoing?
No, you. Okay.
Everybody hears Brett?
Finally! How far into this are we when they finally got the audio working? I don't know why the person... I guess I guess we need to see the whole thing unedited, but yeah, it's like 6 minutes of just them trying to fix technical issues.
All right. No.
But it's actually not a technical issue. It was Brett. It was Brett.
All right, cool. All right, so Brett, first thing I want to ask you is, did you file a privacy complaint on my debate challenge video?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not? The thing is, I just find that a little hard to believe since you have filed false privacy complaints before. Or at least you've made false privacy complaints before, haven't you?
You have any evidence for that?
Yes, actually I do. Here,
Okay, go ahead and show it.
How about I provide a link?
Like the stream in honor of the early DP situation, and if you want to throw in a couple bucks here and there, I won't be opposed to that whatsoever, so don't worry.
Let me see.
Mind quoting.
Just give me 1 second.
You're mind quoting. Yeah, these are the old Skype sounds from, over a decade ago.
For some reason, my text isn't working in Blog TV.
Someone I don't know why, there's like a highlighted chat message at the top and it says, Brett thinks Thunderfoot is a pussy for not showing his face. Thunderfoot did eventually show his face.
Oh, there we go. All right, cool.
All right, let's see what we got here.
All right.
Let's see.
So I'm just gonna read that quickly, okay? You say, people have somehow got my personal info on YouTube. Now there is several videos mirrored with my real name slandering me. You show your real name. You say your real name in every video you make. So how is that not a false privacy complaint?
Let me see this.
Yeah, take a look.
Huh.
What the heck? What is this that I'm looking at?
You do, yeah, he does use his real name. He uses his first and last name. He puts it'll be like by Brett Keane in the title.
Did you get the link?
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at this. What is this?
This is you on the YouTube help forums complaining about people using your real name in videos to quote unquote slander you. What do you mean what is it?
Let me see this.
Can you read?
Yeah, I'm getting my glasses on. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Hold on.
Are you sure you're not taking some time to think about it?
I'm trying to read this.
He's having a French vanilla situation right now.
Okay. Let me know.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah, it says right here, basically, this must have been done a while back and everything, but this isn't like some kind of privacy complaint. This is some
privacy,
like blog deal.
It's a privacy complaint
on YouTube. Some people were dropping my docs and video responses. Somebody posted a video to me, basically having my personal information in it.
Yeah, your real name. You say right there your real name, which is what
and it had my docs in it, but I wasn't going to sit there and put my docs on that situation.
Oh, you didn't mention that it was any other information. I mean, that's pretty serious. If people are putting out your phone number or your address, you're not going to put that in your complaint.
I've said this in video several times, dope and shit. I'm sure you've probably heard it. I got people who drop my docs. I got people who sit there and flag me.
People will sit there and flag me. He loves sit there. He loves to say sit there.
On Facebook, I've posted pink slips and everything like that. People seen it. Recently, I got somebody flagged me for a coffin video and stuff having to do with Austin Powers.
That's totally irrelevant. I'm not talking about any of your flagging. I'm talking about you complaining that people are using your real name, which is obviously what you're doing there. People were...
Yeah, now Brett's doing the thing where he acts like he doesn't understand what the question is. He'll keep answering questions that don't exist. So he can avoid answering the actual question.
Posting your address, you would mention that because that would be an urgent situation. So you're basically, you want to be selective here and say these people used my real name and excuse a whole bunch of others. You're trying to manipulate the system. That's what you're doing.
It's obvious that if you look on your list and then your own blog TV and stuff, people are pretending to be me on the thing. They are sitting there saying crap.
They're sitting there.
Oh, so this wasn't you. This wasn't you who left.
Man, if it wasn't so early in the day, I'd be like, let's do shots every time there's a Keenism.
This is that what you're saying now?
When someone sits there and drops your dots and stuff and tries to sit there and slander you, there's nothing wrong with leaving on a
How many times is he going to say sit there?
blog, but this isn't like, you know, some kind of what you're trying to put forth. This is just sitting there saying, look, I'm having a problem over here, and that's it.
It's a bullshit privacy complaint.
Did you see what this comment down here? It says they did it for the laws.
What's that? The comment is irrelevant. Someone came and commented. That has nothing to do with your complaint.
Well, you're asking me if something basically happened to your stuff because of me. Nobody ever replied to me. No one ever responded. This is basically about people dropping my docs.
Well, your real name, which you're saying is violating your privacy when you say your real name in every video. And all I'm saying is that's why I don't...
I've already said twice that this is information people put out me. I just told you I get videos where people do that.
That's not what
people do.
Everyone's gonna take on Keenism.
Okay, if that's your story. I mean, I'm just saying why I don't believe
we're just sitting here taking on Keenism.
when you say you didn't file the privacy complaint against my video, because I see you bullshitting on the YouTube help forums. Anyway, we can move on.
If I think I'm in danger or something, if I think somebody's trying to hurt me and stuff, I will sit there and, you know,
I will sit there,
find out whatever I can. But
yeah,
I will sit there.
Clearly,
see that
YouTube doesn't give a shit about anything.
sit there.
They don't care when I get flagged.
Yeah, well, if
I sit there, you sit there.
if you thought you were in danger and someone was putting out your real address, you would say they're putting out my address, they're putting out my phone number. You said they're using my real name to slander me. That's what you said in the complaint. I'm just not buying it. That's all.
No, whatever. I didn't expect you to sit there and understand anyway. What do you care?
Of course, because you're bullshitting me. All right, let's move on. Okay.
Yeah, whatever, dope.
Okay. Did you?
From a guy who doesn't even show his face. No, you asked me a question.
You sit there and don't show your face.
Then why won't you show your face?
How can you sit there and not show your face?
My turn.
No, it's not your turn. I'm gonna ask you.
You think I'm gonna sit here and just
sit here?
I'm gonna ask you.
And you're not gonna let me ask you anything? That's not really reasonable.
It looks like you feel like you're in trouble here because now you want to try to
No,
cut
I
me
don't
off.
feel like I'm in trouble. I don't understand why you just can't show your face.
You're raising your voice, Brett. Are you okay?
No, I am not okay. I'm sitting there having a face.
I'm sitting here.
Faceless troll basically question me, and you don't want to answer my questions. I think that's ridiculous. I thought this was a debate.
You thought that you could come here and prove that what this quote-unquote faceless troll said is bullshit, and you thought you could smack it down easily. That's why you're here.
I would start saying sit there back to him. So you think you could sit there?
You knew I wasn't going to show my face, so you could get off that point, or you could waste a whole bunch of time.
Did you think you could sit there and ask me to show my face?
And show that obviously you have nothing to say against
If
what
you're
I've
not
said
gonna
about you
show
and what
your
everyone
face,
else has
then
said about
you have no validity. I'm sorry. You're just a guy who's running your mouth.
Oh, okay. That's an ad hominem.
Well, you can say that if you want, but that's all you've been doing in your videos towards me. You talk.
That was used so often in 2011. Oh, that's an ad hominem. It's an ad hominem.
Yes, you make fun of people's weight. You make fun of people's appearance. You sit there and you say all these allegations and all that.
You sit there.
Yes, Brett. I did call you a fat fuck once, and I know it's been keeping you up at nights for 2 fucking years.
Yeah. So why don't you show your appearance for everybody?
Because I would like to keep my offline life separate from my online
okay
life.
For you to take people's face and make fun of the way people look.
You may not understand that other people have professional and personal lives that they may not want to be affected by their involvement on the internet. I mean, people sometimes lose their jobs because of their Facebook pages. People sometimes don't get jobs because of what's on the internet. And so I'm being wise and I'm keeping it separate.
I understand.
There's your answer.
You're worried about people doing the same thing to you that you do to everybody else. I understand.
And then you
go
sit
ahead,
there.
ask your questions. Thanks.
Okay. Did you DMCA me a couple years ago? Did you have someone do it on your behalf?
No.
Have you ever had someone DMCA people on your behalf?
Even though your videos are annoying to me, whenever people make all these videos, they advertise my channel. I'm not going to sit there and give people any kind of issue over that. I might leave some comments. I might even say some rough stuff to people who are talking trash. But you guys are basically advertising by what you do.
I don't really know what you're babbling about. I asked, have you ever had somebody DMCA people on your behalf in your name?
No.
You didn't have Firefly do this for you?
There was a parody that me and Firefly did a while back.
Oh, it was a parody.
Some crap up there. A parody.
I've heard the name Firefly, but I did not watch them.
Parody.
Should I play the clip and people can decide if it's a parody?
Play the clip. But it was a parody.
All right.
Anybody who knew Firefly knew that we were being silly back then.
I'm gonna.
There's Shani. It's so weird to see Shani in this. And you think about like the hard fall she's taken. Holy
Play
shit.
the clip and people can make up their own minds if this seems like a parody. How about that?
All right, go ahead.
Everyone, please like the stream if you haven't already. Please give us a like.
Hello, folks. My name is Brett Keene, and there's going to be some changes in town going on.
There's going to be some changes in town going on. Jared just going to sit there and giggle. Yep.
I am giving Firefly 515 co-ownership over the videos that are hosted on YouTube, as well as the ones that have been deleted in the past. Every single one of them, all 900 videos, he is co-owner to of my copyrighted videos. This means that he is able to make reports, he is able to basically have the authority to, if by law or by DMCAs, is what you pointed out, right, Firefly?
Yes.
He will be able to do these things.
So here's literally a video of him admitting that he's going to have someone else file DMCAs for him.
If you copy any of my videos, any of you trolls out there, haters, Firefly, as well as a few others.
He sounds just like Jared.
Have the ability and the authority to be able to report you, basically in my name, getting rid of you and dealing with these illegal acts that are done on YouTube. This shouldn't even be happening in the first place. People shouldn't have to go through all this nonsense. But because there's so much going on and so many assholes who think that they're safe on the internet, they think they can get away with it. So right now I'm going to state this one more time. Firefly 515 has co-ownership of my videos. Any that I've ever hosted in the past that have been deleted or still exist today, he has the ownership of this on YouTube and can do this. Anything you want to say, Firefly?
Yes, since I am now co-owner of every single video that you've ever posted on live video or on YouTube, and I own the copyright to every single video. If I see anybody messing with Brett King and illegally uploading his videos, then I will file DMCAs on your ass and get you suspended and banned.
So are you sticking with the story that this was a parody?
Yeah, you can.
It was a parody. What? Such bullshit. God.
Tell from that. I mean, the guy, we're basically going back and forth and saying that there's.
Oh, this was just a skit, guys. They're just doing a skit.
Property of videos being handed over and all that.
It was kayfabe. Kayfabe.
I don't even know if that's even possible to do something like that.
What the
Do you think that
fuck are
there's
you
some kind of
talking
way
about?
where you can just kind of give over the copyright of your videos? Do you even copyright your videos at all? I don't.
Brett, any video you make is automatically your copyright. You know this, obviously.
When you upload videos and stuff, it basically becomes free public domain and stuff, and people have, what is that thing called, where they basically can criticize, do stuff like that on some of these videos. So it's absolutely open to whoever wants to get a hold of it.
So
It's
what were you parodying? What were you parodying in this video? What were you making fun of?
Well, it's kind of like the Coughlin situation. Coughlin sat there and made some accusations and everything. Instead of making a video and wasting my time just going, No, Coughlin, that's not the case. You know, me and a buddy of mine, we sat there and we just made a video and we were being silly about it and stuff. Firefly, if you've ever watched any of his videos, there was one thing that we did too that was a parody, where basically I was dressing up like in a Halloween Grim Reaper outfit and stuff, and everybody was sitting there getting into that.
Everybody was sitting there getting into that.
And then everybody wanted to know if it was actually me, and then Firefly pulled the shroud back. It was a joke. And people thought that it was funny, of course. Some people,
and they were just sitting there.
People were like, "Oh, what? I thought it was Brett," you know, blah blah blah. It's just funny stuff on YouTube.
I don't see why another joke you did has anything to do with this. I mean, it was clear that this was not a parody, if for no other reason because 24 hours later people started getting DMCA'd. So are you saying that a whole bunch of other people started DMCAing hater videos after you made a parody? I mean, that's bullshit.
Do you have any evidence of like this 24-hour thing that you're talking about, of all this stuff going on that you're saying? Because it was a joke.
I was there. A lot of people were there.
Whatever you got. You're saying that within 24 hours of a parody video, stuff like this started happening all over YouTube? That sounds like a conspiracy to me.
Okay, Brett.
He's so slimy.
You want to claim that it was a parody?
He's so slimy. It's insane.
I'll move on to something else. You're saying this was a parody, and you've never had someone file a DMCA?
It's
Scotsman fallacy.
It's just stupid crap and stuff. Me and Firefly, we were just basically milking. It's kind of like the Ozzy Osbourne thing where they accused him of biting the head off a dove a long time ago. He just milked it. Just something silly.
Man, you're so full of non sequiturs. It's unbelievable. All right.
Well, say what you want, man. Go ahead.
Okay, man. So then you left these comments on Crazy Caleb's video. I'm sure you know what I'm about to show people here.
All right. What you got?
So these are comments in which you address me as Edward and Ed, which is the name of a friend of mine who's an attorney, whose information we put into counter notices.
Yep.
After he became a silent partner in my channel, and we used his information to counter DMCAs filed in your name against my channel. We use his information because I know that you're completely unscrupulous and you can't be trusted.
Yep.
And it didn't take you very long, and you put out some comments trying to intimidate me with legal action and trying to use my real name. So basically, my first question is, how do you justify trying to expose my first name?
What do you mean justify exposing your first name?
I mean, how do you justify...
Yeah, he just explained to you what happened, and Brett's going to pretend like he did not just hear all of that.
The intent to write a comment addressing me by my first name. How do you justify it? Why do you think that's okay?
Well, because your best friend was always referring to you as that. Don't you keep an eye on Give Me a Break, man?
Oh, shit.
That's how I know your name. Here.
Okay, play it, please.
There's the link right there. There's your buddy's video on his own channel. That's how I knew your first name, because he said it. I don't know anything else about you. All I know is you're a YouTuber who makes comments and all that. And he mentioned your name in his video.
All right, Brett, hold on a second. I'm gonna play what I think the video is that you're referring to. Is that cool?
Sure.
Sure. Give me a break, man. Yo, give me a break, man. Everyone, please like the stream. Please.
Okay. You gonna play it over the screen, or what you gonna do?
I have it in MP4. Manicam won't play it. However, you know, I hoped you were gonna pull this out, because people don't know this, but a few days ago you sent me a PM saying you should never have trusted Give Me a Break Man, right? And unfortunately, you blew your load too early, because later that day you uploaded this video with Give Me a Break Man saying the name Edward. Right? So what I have...
What's wrong with showing you that he's the one that basically said that?
Because right here is the video that you edited that from. Here, I'll play it.
But I will add a link to in the description of this video that I got. Actually, I heard about this page a while ago and I'd forgotten about it, but I was talking to the Japundit guy, Edward, over at Japundit.com. By the way, he does the podcast Japan Talk.
Okay, so
I think it's .org, .com. I'll put the links in the description.
So what?
Well, there's a few problems. The first thing is that let me show you what the Japundit guy looks like. This is the Japundit guy. He talks about Japan. You know I'm from Canada.
I don't know where you're from.
You write.
You say crap on your YouTube.
Hey! You wrote in that comment that you know I'm from Canada and you know the laws in Canada and all this crap. Okay? So you were saying you know I'm in Canada. This is a 60-year-old man who talks about Japan, and this video was put out in September 2010, and you left these comments in December 2009. So, do you want to change your story now, or?
I watched Give Me a Break Man's videos and stuff before all the nonsense came down.
Oh, what the fuck are you talking about?
Different. If you check the description on the videos, he sits there and says, check out these different links and all that.
Oh, really?
When I heard that and I checked out the links and everything, I assumed that was probably who he was talking about. I never seen this person's face or anything.
Okay, where? Okay, give me a link where he refers to my username as Edward.
If you look in the links in his description, he says, check out these people. He's like doing, I think it's like a shout out video where he's basically saying, check out these different users.
And am I there? Am I there?
Actually, what's funny about that now is if you sit there and you click on any of those links,
when he really gets pressed, the sit theres really start to fly. It's just like a barrage of sit theres.
And they show up, but that particular one, it doesn't anymore. You can click on the link, it's still there, but the page that it was supposed to be directed to is no longer available.
The video was posted almost a year after you left these comments. And you edited out, well, actually, your retard of a lackey edited out the Japundit guy from the video in his. It was a terrible editing job for one thing. You can hear it buzzing in between. So, why are you even trying to play this off? It's so obvious what's going on.
Well, I have no idea what you're talking about. Your buddy right there in the video sat there and said Edward, and that's the end of the story. That's how I knew your name. That's it.
Brett,
why is that a big deal? You know my name. I let everybody know Brett Keane is me.
Give me a break, man. Mentions like 10 names per video. So you're saying that almost a year later you heard the name Edward. This isn't adding up at all.
Yeah,
you're struggling. Seriously.
It has to do with the DMCA counter notification.
Whatsoever. So that's it.
So that's how.
Edward, whoop-de-doo, move along. My name's Brett Keane. Nice to meet you. Let's move along.
Brett, do you want me to continue to debunk your claim? I mean, I think it's been debunked pretty thoroughly, but I can go on. I have more video evidence of you giving different explanations, not mentioning Give Me a Break Man at all. So
Brett Keane does not struggle. This is from the chat here. Brett Keane does not struggle because to struggle he would have to exert effort and try to move. Woo! Man. That's something.
Would like me to do? I don't think it's necessary, to be honest, because
move on.
You pretty much look like a huge liar right now.
You say that. You say whatever and stuff. That doesn't matter to me. I'm telling you basically where it is. I gave you a link, and that's it. I don't see what the big deal is anyway. What do you care?
Give me the link again?
Huh?
Give me the link again, please.
All right. Jeez.
All right.
You know, one thing that really bothers me.
Hold on a second. Got too many pages open here.
Yeah.
Shit, where the hell is it?
That was the original video.
Yeah,
was it not?
That's what I'm trying to hook you up with. Okay.
Brett, I want the link. Just give me the link.
Okay, I'm putting it in Skype.
Putting it in Skype.
Can you see it?
What is that music? Why do I hear music?
Just put it in Blog TV so everyone can see it, please.
All right, hold on a second. Oh boy.
I'm sort of surprised we're wasting so much time on this because...
Yeah, this is boring.
It is, because you've been caught in a lie. I mean, this happened 10 minutes ago, and you're still trying to wriggle out of it. It's actually pretty hilarious.
Basically, what you're saying is, you know, how do you think you got my name? And I told you that I watched Give Me a Break Man's
A
video.
year later, almost a year later, you watched the video and you saw the name Edward, and then you retroactively left a comment calling me Edward on a video that was removed. Is that what happened?
His video is still sitting up there.
It's still, the video is sitting there.
Whoops.
I mean,
even the video is sitting there.
Give Me a Break Man's video.
Yeah, you're very confused.
No, you're confused. I don't see why you give a shit anyway. What's the big deal? Oh, you stupid ass.
Move on. Move on.
Advertisements. Hold on a second. There we go.
How can you just sit there?
All I asked for was the link.
I'm putting it up. There it is.
So it took like 8 minutes at the beginning for Brett to get his sound right, and now it's taking even more time for him to send this link.
You put a link in Blog TV?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Oh, yeah, that damn advertisement. You got a big old block right in the middle of the screen and got some shit going over on the left side of the screen.
I see TJ now. The Amazing Taroja or whatever. That was like, yeah, that's him.
But why does this bother you so much? I mean, I guess I don't understand why you're aggravated. I watched the Give Me a Break Man video. He did a shout out. Your name was mentioned. Whoop-de-doo. So
what was the
shout outs to me all the time?
What was the date of that video?
Oh,
read it out. Read it out for me.
And stuff. That was a long time ago. After he started doing videos promoting your.
You just had it opened.
You had it open.
You just had the video open.
I'm not looking at all that stuff. I'm just telling where I basically heard that. You got a shout out from your friend.
You mean the Japundit?
Shout outs on YouTube.
You mean the Japundit guy got a shout out?
He said Edward in the video.
A shootout.
Yeah, he said.
I love the way Canadians talk. A shootout.
Pundit guy, the 60-year-old man, is named Edward, and that was almost a year later. All right, let's move on, okay? Because I have some other interesting shit on this topic that you might want to see. Here we go.
I see some dude with glasses on the screen.
Yeah, that's Edward.
Oh.
Okay, so, I mean, that's the guy that your buddy edited out of the audio clip in the video he uploaded because obviously you guys knew exactly what you were doing. I mean, there's nothing you can really say about it. So,
Brett is a time traveler.
Here is a video that you do not know about. Actually, nobody knows about this. I was in your Stickam room soon after you left those comments.
Oh my God.
And I was asking you about it. I was pretending to be a subscriber of yours and of Straight Dope. And I got you to give me a story. And it's very interesting, actually, what you said. People may want to full screen this.
Stickam was another site that no longer exists that a lot of people used because YouTube didn't have all the features that it has
so
now.
That they can read exactly.
You have never come into my Stickam.
No. Yeah, I know. I was under a different name, obviously.
Oh, you were being deceptive, is what you're saying.
I was engaging in a bit of espionage, is what I was doing.
Oh, boy, that's clever of you.
I'm much more clever than you, that's for sure. So yeah. why don't we watch this, okay? I'm gonna play it for everybody.
Anything that you're taking in right now to your optic nerve could be an illusion, technically. You could be a vegetable laying on a bed somewhere with a feeding tube, you know what I mean, and an oxygen mask on. You don't know for certain that you are even you. Everything we take is on faith. So, you know.
Okay, now I paused it for a second because this is sort of important. Now, I want everyone to see what you did here when I asked how you found the name Edward in connection with Straight Dope. And what you did was you put up a link to a Google.
He was on a sock account and he tricked Brett Keane into sending the link.
Results. And I just want to draw everyone's attention.
God, he's so dumb.
To this little bit right here.
The Manatee is in the chat here.
Which says Straight Dope plus Edward. Which is obviously not the way you would have come across it, because you would have already been looking for the name Edward. So you're basically being completely dishonest to everyone in that Stickam room. It was only like 6 or 7 people, so obviously you don't give a shit and people don't really care what's going on. But so here you are misleading everyone, and I will I'll continue playing the video and we can say what you say after. We can see what you say after that.
If you guys don't mind, real quick, Dead Society Poet, can you do me a favor real quick? Dead Society Poet, so you can be a witness to this as well, Sister Sunshine. Can you copy that link and paste it in? It's basically a Google search of what comes up. Let me know what you see.
There you go. In his own words. In his own words.
What I see is the first entry is a blog spot thing called Steve Edwards or something, and it says the blog is called The Straight Dope. That's pretty much the first one, yeah. That's like the first thing I see. Yeah. That's what I see. I don't know if that's what you wanted me to see, but
Okay. So what that pretty much it? It's right there. Simple search in Google and bam.
Well, obviously, for one thing, you don't mention a thing about Give Me a Break Man for where you came up with the name Edward. Another thing is you're clearly being deceptive to everyone there, and you're leading them to a Google search that you shouldn't have come up with without the name Edward in your search query.
Where do you think that I would have even come up with that idea in the first place? I mean, this is silly.
This is silly. Where do you think I even came up with that idea in the first place? You're so silly.
You a shout out. How do you think that I would have been able to know your first name if he had not given you a shout out? What would have I done? Put my hands together and prayed to God and said, "Dear God, what's this man's name?"
You would do that now.
I mean, why are you back on this?
I gave
Okay.
you the link to the guy's deal.
Here-
I'm basically asking you, how do you think that I would have known your first name if your best friend would not have said that in the video?
You found a video where he said the name Edward in reference to someone completely different. Again, almost a year later, and this was done before you started claiming that, which was just this week. And you say it was just a Google search. I actually have your conversation with Terrorizing and Damon Colin where you also say it was just a Google search. You make no mention of Gimme a Break Man. You say, oh, just a Google search of Straight Dope and there's Edward all over the place.
Ha!
And here in Stickam, you were turning a last name somehow into Edward and Ed and addressing me by that. That's your explanation. I mean, you're not being consistent. You're not being consistent because you're lying.
The guy did a shout-out video towards you, so what? Big deal.
Yeah,
You know,
okay, so what...
I've had people do shout-outs saying, hey, check out Brett King, you know.
Yeah, Brett, where's the shout-out video where he says the name Edward?
Terrorizing. I think that was the name of I think Triple H had the name Terrorizing back in the day when he first started wrestling, I think. All right, I have to pee really quick. I am going to play a video for a minute here. Please don't go anywhere. It won't take long. I just have to do it. My old man bladder can't hold up. So enjoy. I'll be right back.
Tell me how to eat it right. How to save your flavor all night with my peaches and cream.
right, I'm back. I'm back. So we don't have to watch the whole thing. This is when I've lost a lot of weight since here. Like, this is when I had my, like, pregnant belly. I don't have it anymore for now. Hopefully I can stick with it and I'll never get the big pregnant belly again.
Want to see the video where he
Gave
mentions
you the link, man.
he mentions me in that video? He mentions me.
I will post this in Blog TV again.
Do it.
There it is. That's the like third, fourth time now.
There's no link.
It's not showing up for me for some reason.
Well, I'll post it in Skype for you as well.
Post it in Blog TV so everyone can see it.
There it is. It is in Blog TV, man. It's going up the screen. I'll even post it again for you.
He's lying. God, he's lying like right now. No one sees it. He claims he's posted. Oh, I posted it.
Everyone in Blog TV seems to be able to see it. Oh, are you in a waiting room?
I don't know. It just says it looks the same to me. How am I supposed to know if I'm in a wait? Yes, I'm in a waiting room. How about that? That's why. I guess that's why they're not seeing the link. I apologize. I didn't know that. I was looking at the Skype picture. Fuck you, idiots. I don't do Blog TV. I don't give a shit about this. First time Straight Dope's ever done a damn show, according to him. So how am I supposed to know?
Shut up.
I know you guys weren't
God.
getting the link. No, it's just annoying.
I haven't. Unfortunately, I haven't done many Skype calls. So okay.
We're sitting there arguing over a
Shit,
shout out video and your name being mentioned in the comments, and I
Brett,
don't get.
Brett. Again,
Yeah.
September 25th, 2010. You left those comments. December 2009. So how do you explain that? Just try to explain that. Be my guest.
That's a while back, dude. I don't know all that kind of stuff. All I know is I watched Give Me a Break a while back and did my thing.
Okay, so
all I know is I watched the video and did my
Brett
thing.
Keane Jr. posted his video with the audio.
Junior.
Yeah, it's insanely hilarious.
It is hilarious.
Why would he cut out the name Japundit, the Japundit guy? Why would that be necessary if you thought he was referring to me?
He didn't make that video.
Who did?
So I sat there and wanted to show you basically where that came from. I seen a video that you done basically making all kinds of accusations.
So you cut out the Japundit
Alls
guy
I know wins.
from the audio. You did that.
I sat there and showed you that he mentioned you in the shout out.
You edited out. You edited out who he was actually talking about.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Okay.
The video,
All right,
Jimmy
Brett.
Man's original
All right,
video
Brett.
sits there and shows your name in the thing. He did a shout out, put a link of you in the description.
Yeah. Again, almost a year later. All right.
As well as.
If that's how you want to play it, I guess you can see how many people believe your lying ass.
I give a shit if these people believe anything. They're here for a shit slinging contest anyway, and you know it.
Yeah, and you're losing hard already. I've barely gotten into it.
Hard at what? You're sitting there saying, "Oh, you made a comment."
You're
to me.
sitting there.
Oh, you said this. You
You're-
also
you're-
said that you tried to come into a room under a deceptive name and everything. I mean, so
Yes,
what?
I did, and I'm showing that you're contradicting yourself. I'm also showing that you're being dishonest to everybody here by claiming that a video made almost a year later is where you got the name that you put in comments. So
Okay, I
That's
don't
it.
see the relevancy. Can we move along? What else you got? for me?
I don't
do you
see
have a
the
time machine, Brett?
relevancy.
I wish.
I bet you do. I bet you do.
I travel back to the time of the dinosaurs and see what's going on.
I'm
Let's
sure
go.
you'd take back a lot of things if you had a time machine, Brett.
Anything else for me? Are you there? Did you disconnect?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we can move on. I think we all know what was really going on there. So, maybe I'll just ask one more time. If you really believe that that was my name, why do you think it would be okay to put that in a comment? I just want to. I really want to hear an explanation.
He won't explain it, but he did it. He was like, "Hey, I'm gonna put."
Just saying, "Hey, Ed, what's going on?"
Yeah. No, that's not what you were doing. You're not just sitting there and being like, "Hey, Ed, what's going on?" You were trying to press him by throwing out what you thought was his name, but it wasn't. And you got it from a DMCA counter notification at where he had his partner, his business partner, use his name instead. Because he knew you would do something like this. You're so predictable.
I mean, who gives a shit?
Well, because I never attached first name to my account, so why do you think it's appropriate for you to try to reveal one?
Do you feel like, is that what the deal is here? Is that the problem? You feel like somehow you were being exposed or revealed? Is that why you're bothered by this?
Well, I don't feel like anything. I know that that's what you were trying to do, and I want to hear your explanation for why that's ethically or morally okay to do.
Because he mentioned it in video, so I figured you didn't have no problem with that.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. That's pathetic, but alright.
What's my name?
Your name is the name that you say in every single video you make.
Okay.
Brett D. Keene.
Actually, I usually just say Brett Keene and stuff. I don't say Brett D. Keene.
My mistake. Okay, I guess
It's
I'll
like
just move on
Eric
to some
D.
other shit.
July.
Are you writing anything these days? You working on any new novels or anything?
No.
How come?
I have a few actual paper copies of a few of the Brett Keene books, like Eternal Undying Love. I have a few more, too. And I have some of Gail's books that are actually printed out. Gail is a way better writer than Brett Keene. Easily better writer.
Because I basically suck as a writer. I wrote some stuff a long time ago, and basically down in notepads and stuff, and I had a couple of friends type up for me because I got terrible eyes.
Brett,
And
how can you suck as a writer when you have such raving reviews?
I have health problems.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I mean, here's a link. Here's a link to Eternal Undying Love 3. You have rave reviews here.
Yeah, this is where he gets taken to task for his fake Amazon reviews.
From, a website that doesn't exist.
What would that be?
DetectiveLovers.org. Are these reviews real, Brett? I guess that's my question.
I did a video website a long time ago called GodHatesYou.com. And I also had opened up something, this was years and years ago back in the day whenever I was doing like Yahoo Chat. And I used to have people get on a thing called Shoutcast. Do you know what that is?
I like how he's like, well, let's talk about Shoutcast really quick. Do you know what that is? So many diversions.
Shoutcast is basically, do you know of a program called Winamp out there?
Yes, I do.
Okay, Winamp has this like production on it where if you wanted to, you could put this like widget type of deal on your site where people can get on and they can sit there and have a conversation with you. And I was trying to do some kind of internet radio. It was not successful whatsoever, but it was on my website, and I would sit there and talk to people and everything.
He would sit there.
And there were some people from the website who were members of that. That website got hacked. I got basically screwed over on that. It had a forum, had all kinds of stuff. I used to record my voice doing like MP3s and all that. The website got hacked. But I had people over there. We had actually had like this thing where people could talk about mystery novels and stuff. And we also had a forum where people could debate religion and all that kind of stuff.
That sounds very exciting. What's the point?
It's not very exciting. Well, the point is I had people over there that were members and everything like that. People who were basically doing their own self-published books, magazines and stuff like that. Not big-time Stephen King crap or anything, but just self-published.
Stephen King crap.
Have you ever used Lulu before? A lot of atheists on YouTube have used Lulu.
No, I have not written anything and put it on Lulu. And what are you getting at, Brett? Are you saying that your website, what was that, GodHatesYou.com, got hacked? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
And then what? And
also, my Serpent's Cradle Radio, which is actually named after the third book. If you look, it says The Serpent's Cradle. That was the name of the third book. these are old ass things that I wrote whenever I was younger, and then later on had typed out and stuff, and
later on
had it printed out.
Yeah, they did read like they were written by a high school student, so I was wondering if they were actually written when they were published. So you didn't answer my question. Are these real editorial reviews or not?
They're reviews basically from some of the members and stuff who used to be on the site. It's not like professionals. The book itself wasn't professional. None of that was professional. It was all self-published.
I know they're self-published, Brett. So you're saying that users on these sites, individual users on detectivelovers.org and horror.com and pagans.com wrote these things.
Yeah, on Amazon you can sit there and have it to where people
sit there on
leave reviews,
Amazon.
and they can sit there and put stars if they like it, if they don't. And
No, but I'm not talking about the Amazon user reviews. These are supposed to be editorial reviews from other websites.
Not
This is in
professional
the
editors.
this is
Not
in the book info section. This is not the feedback section. This is not where people rate the book on Amazon. These are supposed to be editorial reviews from book reviewers.
When basically what happens is whenever you want to use the thing like Lulu and stuff, Lulu.com, you go over there, you upload either like a WordPress, a notepad, it could be like just pretty much whatever kind of thing you can do text on. People leave their reviews over on Lulu, as well as sit there and leave their, whatever. And then what happens is whenever Lulu decides to, and they want to cross-post it to something like Barnes & Nobles or some kind of book company,
Barnes & Noble
that stuff transfers
situation.
over to it.
They're just
I
sitting
mean,
there.
it's very clear and stuff that this is people who are sitting there just dropping reviews and everything. It's not professionals.
They're sitting
These aren't
there.
experts or anything like that. I don't even know professional review people.
So you're saying Amazon took this from Lulu? That's what you're saying?
The information basically transfers over from that and everything, and then there's people also from Amazon who use Amazon Store.
That's not these people. That's not these people. That's not detectivelovers.org. That's not horror.com or pagans.com.
These are just members and stuff like that who did their own thing. It's not professionals. That's what I'm getting at.
So who wrote in pagans.com?
Who
put that
reviews
there?
basically probably either transferred over on Lulu or however.
So you don't know,
These are not
basically.
professionals. This is like no big deal. It's just people who write their damn reviews and say what they think.
Well, it's strange that the websites are being misrepresented then. I guess you don't know anything about that. Or so
I
you
had
say.
a lot of websites connected through me, and
This video has been up for so long, too. Like, anyone can go here and see a perfect demonstration of someone dismantling Brett Keane with ease.
stuff. I had a lot of like on my, if you look at my BrettKeane.com website right now, you will see that I have a friends page. I have pages that basically go off to all kinds of different directions and stuff like that, and whatever has to do with me on it. So that's how I got it on BrettKeane.com.
I don't know how that's connected.
Don't you have a website of your own?
No, I don't, Brett.
Haven't you ever had like a friends section or something where you're trying to basically promote people's websites, or you just put people's link of things that you think are interesting?
So you're saying that these came from your website on Lulu? Or your personal website?
This stuff just transferred over from Lulu. People leave reviews. They tell you if they think your book sucks, blows, goat balls, or
I think
if
it
they
sucks
like
or even blows goat balls.
that's just it.
Okay, well, then you may feel like contacting Amazon and letting them know that these actually qualify as false endorsements because you're misrepresenting the source, or someone's misrepresenting the source. And that's actually...
Conjugation of
You
verbs.
want me to
against
con-
the form, infinitive, to sit v2 past simple, sat v3 past participle, sat v4 third person singular, sits v5 present participle / gerund, sitting.
Sitting there.
You
There's 12,071 individuals living in Festus, Missouri. Damn.
That's code.
That's you to contact Amazon for like books years ago and tell them that I don't like some of the reviews. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that what's happening here is against the United States Code because these websites are being misrepresented. These reviews are being misattributed to websites.
Restroom. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, now it's a fucking French vanilla situation.
as quickly as possible. I promise. Be right back.
It's a
Try not to
French
pinch a loaf or
vanilla
anything.
situation.
Try not to, man.
Is everybody enjoying themselves so far?
All right, so Brett is now I guess it's just silence for this part, and the chat just rolls. Jesus, and there's TJ saying he'll upload it on YouTube. Pretty sure that is him, but I could be wrong. Pretty sure that is, though.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. Sorry about that, man. Shit, we've been sitting here for a while. Okay, so what else you got for me? You don't like reviews? Okay, cool. Next, what do you got?
Well, I haven't gotten to the most interesting one yet, which is the one from your website.
Well, you always gotta save the best for last, right? Let's see what you got.
This book is a hellish roller coaster that I had the pleasure of writing
Huh?
in Serpent's Cradle magazine at your personal website.
Yeah, we were trying to basically get a magazine thing together. That
We're
was
trying
named
to sit there and start a magazine.
after the third book.
Did you ever publish one?
What?
Did you ever publish a
It
Serpent's
was
Cradle
like
magazine?
it was like a self-published thing and stuff, but
So you did publish at least one issue?
we tried to do all this kind of stuff, but the person that I had that was supposed to do all the artwork and everything, it didn't go through. And I did sit there and, try and try.
I
and try,
did
but
sit
the guy
there.
who was really originally supposed to do the illustrations.
He did sit there.
And shit, did sit there. I think.
Oh, he did. He just wanted to let you know, so he said it twice that he did sit there. So at least you guys know he was sitting there.
He ended up even. Let me see what the fuck. Man, this is years ago, dude. I can't believe it. Huh.
Yeah, I know it's hard to keep track of your scams, Brett. Just try
Oh,
really hard.
bullshit.
Let me pull out the scams file folder.
Come on, man. Relax, there. It's a long time ago.
I know it's a weekly occurrence at least, so I mean, I'd
Yeah,
have trouble
right,
keeping
right,
track
right.
myself.
Yeah.
My question is, though, was he sitting there? Did he sit there? Did he sit there? Has he been clear enough about the fact that he was sitting there?
Probably rob next week, too. Sure. Come
Well,
on, man.
you know, if your agoraphobia doesn't stop you.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Sitting there,
that's funny, right?
confirmed. Sitting there, achievement unlocked.
No, it's a laugh riot.
Harsh. Let's see.
Was that below the belt?
See that one below the belt? No, I think you could.
It's
do
below
better
the
than that.
gut. Because the belt is
That was a
below the
long
gut.
time ago. I'm not completely sure of every single detail on that shit.
You don't know. Wait, you don't know every detail on the publication of your own personal magazine, some 4 years ago or so.
It didn't work out, man. It was basically just some kind
I've
of.
heard mostly sitting there or sitting here or well, like some variation of that, but I haven't heard a lot of situations or individuals or he's still doing like Orn or Gorn or Comorn. He's doing that. So that's a thing at this point. And this is 2011, so this was quite some time ago.
So I wanted to get it together, have the members of the website participate in it, but we couldn't get any like people who would be able to do like good artwork. I mean, I can somewhat draw, but it ain't all that great.
So,
It's not-
so what you're saying is the magazine never existed.
It existed for a little bit until
You said you
basically
tried.
we-
You said you tried and you couldn't do it. You tried and you couldn't do
we
it.
couldn't get any illustrations for it and stuff.
Okay,
I
so
did
there was
post
no.
over at Lulu and basically told people, look, we're trying to get this done and everything like that. And
We're sitting there.
Some of the members actually reviewed the book and stuff on there, so that's all we had.
Okay, do you remember who wrote that particular
situation?
one of your, one of your potential magazine contributors wrote this. I assume that's what you're getting at. So do you remember who wrote this?
Yeah, so Straight Dope is being like, hey, you have a website with a review of your magazine, but it doesn't appear that your magazine ever released an issue. So who reviewed this magazine that never came out?
Oh, let me see. What do you got a link in Skype?
And then when he asks for something, Brett asks like it's like this really huge request. He's like, oh, I don't know. Like, can I send you a link here? Like, where's the link? I can't find it or whatever. Oh, I'm in the wrong chat. I'm in the waiting room.
Long time since I looked over there. That shit doesn't even go anywhere. Like I told you and stuff, that it was a long time ago. The shit just didn't work through. What do you got?
What doesn't go anywhere? What do you mean?
The books. They were written whenever I was younger and shit, and had some people.
Whenever I was younger. Not when I was younger. Whenever I was younger.
And you still get paid for them.
They could, but it doesn't sell.
So they're sitting there with these reviews there, these misattributed reviews, and one from your personal website and a magazine that you tried to start but couldn't get off the ground.
I was trying to start with some other people, kind of a collaboration.
Right. So who wrote that review?
Which review are you talking about? There's a lot of reviews on Amazon.
The one from Serpent's Cradle magazine.
Oh, let me see.
No, I don't understand.
The book is a hellish roller coaster that I had the pleasure of riding. A hellish roller coaster, Brett.
Oh man, yeah, that was back whenever I was religious. So
that was whenever I was religious. That's so funny. That was back whenever I was religious.
How was that back when you were religious?
Let me take a look, because
and now he's religious again.
Whenever I was younger, and it was all sitting in notepads, basically.
It was sitting in notepads.
Sitting there, going
nowhere
and everything like that. And some buddies of mine, they basically looked at it and they said, "Dude, I think you should put it out," and all that. I didn't think it was any good.
Brett, I'm not talking about the book. I'm talking about the website.
Which website are you talking about?
SerpentsCradle.com was not launched while you were still religious. I'm talking about that review, Brett. I'm not talking about when you wrote the book.
He's trying to press Brett on his fake reviews on his book and this magazine, which had a review posted on their website, but it never released an issue of the magazine, which is strange. So it must be a fake review, right?
Sitting there whenever I was younger and whenever I was religious.
Whenever I was younger, whenever I was religious. Before I was a gourd believer.
I'm not talking about when you wrote the book. I'm talking about the book review from Serpent's Cradle magazine at serpentscradle.com. That's all I'm talking about. I don't care when you wrote the books. I don't care if you wrote them in Word or Notepad or if you scrawled them on fucking toilet paper. I'm wondering about this one review.
You're talking about Amazon. Which link are you talking about, though? There's 3 books up there, man. Can you give me an idea which one you're going for? I haven't looked at this shit for a very long time.
It's Eternal Undying Love 3. Okay. Serpents in the Cradle.
All right. Eternal
Undying Love 3, Serpents in the Cradle. That's so like over the top. Like he was trying to write like gothic fiction, basically.
Yeah,
gothic light horror, gothic fiction.
I'm doing the best I can. Get this old man a chance. Come on, shut.
You're only 34, I thought.
Yeah,
that's right.
He was only 34. He's calling himself old. He just looked like it. He looks and acts like he's old, but the number of his age really isn't that old. It's not like he's in his
50s. Now? I thought the 30s were the new 20s.
You don't believe my age either?
I don't hear too many 34-year-olds referring to themselves as old men. That's all. I'm just saying. So back to the review, please.
Okay, let's see what we got.
Listen to him type. He's probably typing with 2 fingers.
I didn't say I don't believe you. Sure, if you're 34, you're 34.
Anything else I say, if I tell you I gotta sit there and go to the bathroom, you might not even believe
trust
the way
me,
you are.
I don't believe you because of your exemplary record.
All right, let's see. Okay, there's a shitload of reviews
This is
here. man.
whenever
Which
I was a
one are you
religious
talking about?
situation.
There are 4 editorial reviews right under the graphic. 4 of them.
I love how much time of this is spent trying to like direct Brett to do something to prove a statement he said, and he just pretends like he can't figure it out, like it's a weird like a user error moment that he just can't figure out, so it never gets addressed.
It's pretty prominent right there. Editorial reviews. The last one is from Serpent's Cradle magazine.
Serpent's Cradle magazine.
All right, let me look. Let's see.
I thought you were looking already.
I am looking and stuff, dude. I got shitty eyes, man. I'm as blind as a fucking
Oh
bat.
my
I thought
god.
you got your glasses.
It's still bad eyes, man.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Earlier he said he needed to get his glasses, and now he's like, well, it's bad even with my glasses. Okay. God. This is so
let's
bad
see.
for him.
Okay, I see. All right, serpentscradle.com. I guess this is obviously somebody that sat there and left something a while back. It's probably either a guy that I knew back then, stuff named Steve, or Mike and stuff. So I used to sit there and go into Yahoo a long time ago, and people would sit here and
People would sit here.
Okay, this is my books, yada yada yada. People left reviews. I started. I put my PDF files out online and stuff, and just started basically letting people read the crap for free.
Oh, that takes on a whole new
while
meaning
back,
now.
I didn't think, why bother sitting there doing it like this? They weren't
Why bother
selling
sitting
anyway.
there doing it like this?
You there?
Yeah, I'm here. I was just waiting for you to actually give me a legitimate explanation. I mean, you're talking about Yahoo.com and people leaving messages here and there. I mean, these are supposed to be editorial reviews. This says Serpent's Cradle magazine. Are you saying some random person left this on Yahoo and now it's on Amazon? And it's attributed to your personal website, which is no longer.
No, what Lulu does is you sit there, people type things and stuff like that, and then what happens is
people sit there.
Came over to this. It's like whenever you get like an ISBN and stuff like that, it just transfers over.
So who wrote this?
It could have either been Mike or it could have been Steve in this situation. I'm not sure.
There it is. In this situation. That was a good, solid situation right there.
On behalf of Serpent's Cradle magazine.
This actually might have because it's so long ago. I might have sat here and put some.
He might have sat here
on the comments section to somebody, and it went over. It would be like you leaving a comment on YouTube, and then if you opened up like a Vlogger thing or something, the information, the comments, all of it transfers over, kind of like a.
Did you just say that you may have written this?
May have. It was a long time ago.
And it got somehow. And somehow it got
over from Lulu.
Right, it got transferred over to Lulu, attributed to a magazine that was
Or
never finished, and your personal website. And I guess this was just through the processes of Lulu or Amazon.
The reason why I think that it might have been something from a comment that I made that transferred over is because of the way it's worded. It says that I had the pleasure of no, that couldn't have been because it says writing, RIDING.
Yeah. Try another one.
Yeah, I don't.
All right. I see.
Man,
I see. Yeah, you may have written it.
On the comments board over on Lulu, and it transfers all that stuff over.
Would you maybe have signed that comment, Serpent's Cradle magazine?
Now I see over on the right. I see DPR Jones. That's old school. I heard he passed away. Like a couple years ago. He was someone I used to watch a lot.
Try to help you understand this. So on the comments section of my Lulu is when you write the shit, it transfers over. That's how they did it.
And it gets put into editorial reviews, even though it could be any Joe Schmo anywhere.
Dude,
under the name,
that it says Serpent's Cradle. Serpent's Cradle is the name of my book. So what?
So some guy named Dude69 writes some shit on Lulu.com as a comment, it's going to get transferred to Amazon under editorial reviews.
Dude,
So
I don't work for Lulu.com,
Okay,
man.
so
it's
it's
a company
okay.
that self-publishes. I have no idea how they sit there and they do all this transfer shit. I don't work in that kind of business, so I don't know.
So you don't know why Lulu would have written Serpent's Cradle magazine and serpentscradle.com.
People
for
left
this.
comments on Lulu all the time, and then it transferred over whenever they started posting.
Whenever
all
they
over the
started.
place.
So
I
people
don't
left
know
comments.
why it showed up like this.
So people left comments and used a username that was your personal website, or signed it as your personal website, and a magazine that you say you were actually trying to start but never did. You're saying this was someone else, but it might have been you, but maybe not. It might have been a comment. Might have been from Yahoo. I mean,
Do you know how many comments all over websites and all over people's YouTube videos I've done? How am I supposed to remember every single damn comment and thing that is said over this? Can you remember what you wrote 5 years ago on Joe Blow video or something like that? I can't.
I don't know, Joe Blow videos or something like that.
Shit, I can't remember everything.
Are you sitting there?
If I
Who's
wrote,
sitting here?
A book review for my own book and tried to play it off as some kind of magazine, I would probably remember that. I'm just
My
saying.
books
I have a decent memory though,
books
so
out there for the public to be able to read free. It's no shit. It's no big deal, man.
read
So what?
free. Okay, so what now? Okay. Alright, that'll do. Move on to something else. Since we're on the topic of writing and everything, why don't we talk about you plagiarizing Judy Burnett's poem?
I never plagiarized anybody's stuff.
Well, hundreds of people witnessed you publishing a video with her poem in it, and you had by Brett Keane in the description. So how do you explain that?
Well, that's a lie.
It's a lie?
I never plagiarized anybody's stuff. There was a woman a while back that sat there and claimed that I did that. And that woman later on ended up calling people a bunch of pedophiles on YouTube, and she no longer exists over there.
No, Brett, I don't care what she did later. I don't that has nothing to do with the video that she put out. There was a screen cap.
All right, I know there's a lot of them, and I can only put 4 at a time in a poll. So pick your favorite out of these 4. Out of these 4 Keenisms that I just posted, which one is your favorite?
And it showed your video, and it said by Brett Keane in the description.
Get your votes in. Everyone should vote. It's free to vote. You don't got to pay for it.
It's a lie?
So you should do it.
I just told you that I did not do this, so...
You're saying it did not say by
You're
Brett
already
Keane
here. You might as well vote.
in the description.
No. It said video by Brett Keane, but the poem actually said who
by
it was
Brett
by.
Keane.
What did it say specifically?
He puts that in all of his
It said
shit.
the woman's name.
No, it didn't.
It just said the woman's name? What do you mean?
It says poem by this and video by Brett Keane.
So
That's
it says poem by Judy Burnett. That's what it said in your description, you're saying? Okay, well, that's still plagiarism. Sorry to say, because
that's not plagiarism to sit there and do a poem review.
It's not plagiarism to sit there.
I'm
or
sorry.
A movie review
I'm
or
sorry,
anything
Brett.
like that.
No, it wasn't a review. You changed the you changed the title. You edited the text. You took out words in almost every
All right,
stanza.
so it's really close right now between Zao Didong and Situation.
You added words, and you removed the last stanza of the poem, probably because it mentions Jesus. And
Yeah,
I'm sorry to say, but
yeah,
misquoting
done
somebody,
stuff to do with-
Brett, misquoting somebody still counts as plagiarism. If you attribute something to a person and you change it for your own purposes, that's plagiarism. So either what a whole bunch of people witnessed
So you're basically
happened,
saying that a
or
person
what you
can
say
have
happened.
or-
Either way, it's plagiarism. Either way you want to slice it. So what
It's mind quoting. Mind
do you have to
quoting.
say about that?
And I'm sitting here telling you, so you're
And I'm sitting
basically
here.
trying to say that if someone does a video where they review a poem or a movie that they watched or something like that and sat there and said how they feel about it or anything, that's like, oh boy.
Oh, it was a review. Really? It was a review. You reviewed the poem.
Poems and movies I like all the time, so
Oh,
what?
right. So you changed the title. You didn't comment on the poem. You changed the words of the poem,
Change
and that's
the
a
title.
review.
What are you talking about? Change the title.
The title of your video was "Erase My Innocence."
Poem review. I don't know what you're talking about on this other stuff. What is this? Erase My Innocence. What do
Yeah,
you,
that was the title of your poem, and you even added.
That's bullshit right there.
Do you want me to?
I don't know where you got that idea from.
Do you want me
no,
to?
It was poem review. Basically, the idea was to sit
no.
there and talk about how the poem identified with.
The idea was to sit there. Everybody
She went through something.
The idea was to sit
father
there.
in the poem had a heart attack, dude.
This is true. This is true.
Listen.
I'm listening.
My mother passed away. The poem meant a lot to me, so I shared that I feel a lot like what this lady's saying in a poem.
So you're saying that your video was actually you commenting on a poem?
Yeah, I was commenting, basically sitting there saying how I feel about the
He was basically sitting
you want
there.
me to play the video?
Sure.
Okay, and we'll see that though the poem was called Dad, and it says Dad all throughout the poem, it doesn't appear once in your video.
All right, we're going to get back into this. I do have to step away for just a moment here, so I'm going to step away. I'm going to keep the chat up and everything and just play a video. Don't go anywhere. We will get even further into this, and I got some other stuff to cover too. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking the stream. I'll be right back. Okay, I always get back before the dimensional merge takes place. It's a really great video. Just look up Love Quest 2, and you'll find, like, Chris Chan Love Quest 2. If you're sitting there.
You do not comment on the video at all. You do not say a word. You
said that it was called Erase My Innocence.
No, your video was called Erase My Innocence. The poem was called Dad, which you took out of the poem. Here, I'll play the clip. For
Oh,
everybody. We can watch
damn.
your whole original video, and we'll see if there's any reviewing or commentary.
I just see someone. I think someone signed up for Patreon and I missed it. I don't know if I.
How about that?
If I saw that.
So, is that what you want? All right.
But thank you.
Play a full video.
I'll do it.
Oh my god. I remember this song. This song was actually used in some Flash animation I used to watch on Newgrounds too. It's crazy. My dog is so small I can just sit here. Damn it. I'm literally though, yeah, she's in my lap right now. Like 3 pounds.
Where do you start reviewing the poem that you changed? I'm just curious.
At the end, fast forward it so we can get to talk.
As far as I understand, she's a Chihuahua. She's just a long-haired Chihuahua.
Oh, you fucking must have edited it because it keeps on looping over and over and over again.
Nothing's looping.
Just look at the way my fucking head keeps going back and forth and shit on the damn video.
That's just what you look like, Brad. I'm sorry.
He's like, you're looping it. He's trying to claim the shit he's doing in the video is some sort of edit that other people.
You fucking edit this damn video, man.
Do you hear this? Do you hear what he's trying to do here?
Dude, listen, I don't mind sitting here.
I don't mind sitting here. What a lazy video. So he stole a poem and used a song that was already written and then just like recorded himself like putting his like his fingers on his forehead and looking kind of sad and like touching his face a lot.
Video, Brett. Where was the commentary? Where was the review? Brett, you there?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay.
It was fucking muted.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's obvious that this fucking video was edited. You
How
can
so?
see that shit was fucked up.
How so?
Because the way my fucking head keeps on like swaying back to the left like that over and over.
Brett, how could that...
In the video, I sit there and leave a goddamn bunch of comments and shit about it. You fucking cut it up or something?
No, Brett. That's how your video went up, and it could not have been edited to change what your head's doing while the text is staying constant like that. I couldn't have taken your original video and fucked with it and just changed what your head does.
I came here to answer questions and do your show and shit, but if you're gonna sit there and like edit my,
if you're gonna sit there and edit me,
where's okay?
Did you do this or did you have somebody else? Did you get this from some other troll or whatever? Where did you get?
I presume you have the original video then, and you can produce it because this is all about presenting evidence, right? No, this is all about presenting evidence, right? You say no one has evidence for their claims.
Certainly,
you know that.
You didn't you didn't back up your videos.
I was flagged off.
All right, so I'm about to close the poll. We got 74 votes in. I'm going to give everyone one more opportunity to get your vote in. It looks like a tie, which I hate. I hate when the voting is a tie, so I'm going to count it down in just a second here. Give you guys one last chance to give us a winner. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End poll. End poll. And it appears that situation is the winner. The people just love that. People just love the situation.
You didn't. Well, you doc dropped and got booted off of YouTube. But
no bullshit, man.
Okay, but you're saying that you didn't have your videos
I lost
backed up.
hundreds of goddamn videos. There was only some that I had left after that. It's heartbreaking, dude, to sit there and lose that many damn videos.
I'm sure it is. So you're saying that this...
Yeah, I know you don't care, but you guys have fucking like cut up my videos. You try to make me out to look like an asshole, and that's ignorant.
So you're saying this was doctored?
Yeah, it's obvious. Anybody who's sitting there watching it, you can see the way my head just keeps on looping back and forth and shit.
So who did it? Who did it?
How am I supposed to know, man?
Well, this is how it appears in Judalicious's video, which came out, what, the same day that you posted yours? So you're saying... And then this is a completely separate video. So how did this happen?
If you look through my Mr. Evolution right now, that's fucking suspended and everything for 2 weeks, the videos are still up. You will see that in the past, I've been known for doing like game reviews. I've done videos where I fucking talk about, like I did a video where I talked about the difference between horror film characters and all that. I used to do videos like that all the time where I would review fucking, you know, talk about a book I read, something about George Carlin, or, you know, just anything.
You read books?
Sometimes.
No, he doesn't.
It's fucking hard to do nowadays because of my eyesight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're just falling apart. So let me get this straight. Your story is that this whole thing was faked. It's completely doctored. And the original video, original video was just you reviewing this poem, even though the poem was changed.
In every one of my damn videos that I do reviews in, I'm sitting there talking.
In every one of his videos, he's sitting there, which is not true. He's laying a lot of times.
Shit like that. I will usually show like footage of a video game like that. Like back in the day,
I will be sitting there.
I was doing like free demos that are online. I'd show people the stuff and then I would talk about it. But later on, as I got better at video making and everything, I got to the point where I could sit there and talk during some of the...
Where he could sit there and talk.
Like footage that was going on without it fucking up. So,
how come you never claimed that Judalicious edited your video? All you ever claimed was that you, in the description, you credited the original author. You never claimed that she doctored your video or edited it in any way. So how come now the whole thing was just faked? Why is that your story now?
It's so obvious that somebody doctored this fucking thing that you put up.
Why is it so obvious?
Because of the way it's moving and shit. And plus your video ends without me talking and shit and saying, look, you know, my mother passed away. This poem meant a lot to me and stuff, written by this lady because her father died. You could tell by whenever you're like reading the, you know, the stuff up there that it's about a woman.
Whenever you're reading the stuff up
who
there.
lost her father. I mean, it's clear, dude.
You can
Why
tell
would
that.
anybody sit there and think any other thing? Because it's talking about a woman who lost her father.
How are we supposed to be able to tell that when the word dad isn't in there once?
I don't. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you removed the word dad, so how are we supposed to know this is a poem about where a woman talks about her father?
Is an edited fucking video. You make fancy ass videos all the time where you got my head floating around doing all kinds of stupid shit. Anybody can. Hell, if somebody wanted to, they can make it look like you're having sex with a dolphin on YouTube. That's how fucking great technology's gotten. How about that?
Okay, so you're saying Judalicious did this in 2006.
Judalicious accused me of this. She accused me of that,
And
then
she
later,
edited your video. That's what you're saying?
she later on accused people of pedophilia and all that kind of stuff.
No, I don't care. I don't care about. Okay, for one thing, that was a joke later on, and it was stupid. But I don't care about that. That has nothing to do with this. You never accused her of editing your video and making it look like you were doing something you weren't. You said that it was a false accusation of plagiarism because you credited...
This is an edited video, man. This is obviously somebody fucking screwed with the damn video and did what they want with it.
Can I play another clip for you, please?
I guess. Go ahead.
Ah, thank you very much.
I ended up making a video because I was still reeling over the pain of losing my mother, where I actually used a poem that was done by a person called Judy Burnett. In the poem, it talks about Judy Burnett, how she felt about her father, who passed away from, I believe, a heart attack. And after reading the poem, I felt like it was talking to me. I felt like the poem represented my emotions and my feelings about the loss of my mother. So I decided to do a video where I showed the poem up in the video and talked about basically how it is that I felt about the loss of my mother and how I identified with the poem. I gave full credentials and credits to the person who made the poem, but Judalicious got this bright-ass idea.
Can you pause it real quick? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah,
What
you
did
claimed you
say?
claimed about 6 months ago or so that you talked about it afterwards, but you did say that you made a video showing the poem and sitting there.
That video that
And
you just
sitting
played
there.
just sat there and
That's the
signified
important part.
that right there, I have said over and over that I talked in the video.
Okay, so it was a.
Showed it.
So let's pretend that you did. Okay. You reviewed a poem after changing the words.
I did not change any of the words on there. It was written by this woman. It went just as it went. This video that you're showing right here is a doctored video.
So the text, you didn't do the text. Judalicious did all that? Is that what you're saying?
The video originally had some text, but it's obviously
Was this
that
the
it's
text?
kind of loop spin with the
Was this
everything's
was this the
fucked up.
text of your video?
Dude, I'm telling you, I looked at your video that you just played, and the goddamn thing is doctored. Somebody fucked with it.
But you can't produce the original to show us that.
My account was removed.
I realize
I
that.
lost a lot of videos, man. Tons of videos. I even lost some great fucking church phone calls, too.
So are you saying that Judalicious's screen cap was also doctored?
Let me see. That was a while back. How long was it? Yeah, it's been a long time. It was like the fucking old account on there. She started all kinds of shit. She started a lot of shit.
Yes or no?
Oh, I may have said that she fucking did it because she probably, let me see, it was a long time ago. She probably fucking doctored a screenshot on it.
Okay, Brett. You may have said it, so maybe it happened. Okay.
Because this shit is fucking nonsense. It's a lie. She also accused people of pedophilia as well.
Look, that's completely irrelevant. Her video came out very soon after yours. So I would like you to tell me.
Videos, you know.
I would like you to tell me what was edited out of it. What was changed by Judalicious apparently.
All right, so this is kind of getting repetitive, so I think I'm good with the rest of that. Let's check out something else. Let's switch gears here.
I should turn off that goddamn internet!
Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
DP, they're gonna touch me. Antagonism. All right. Here's Jared talking about the dangers of overbulking.
What's going on, guys? It's Jared Genesis here. So, in this video, I just want to warn people about the dangers of what I like to call overbulking. And that's more or less just, training way too hard. I mean, let's just...
That's what happened to him. He just trained way too hard and he ended up looking the way he does. He overbulked. He worked so hard. He trained so hard that fat, like all his muscles turned to fat.
Call it for what it is. There's no point in being a technical douchebag. You know what I mean? It's just going hard in the paint, son, as they used to say here in the South.
I don't think that that's a Southern saying. I think that's like a basketball saying, right? Going hard in the paint. Isn't that like a basketball saying? I don't know.
When I first started my bulk, dude, I was going nuts. I was really enjoying it, bro. Like, it was just funny. If you saw me at the gym, dude, I was literally like a kid at the fucking playground, homie. Like, that's what it was to me. It was a fucking giant playground. And I was having a lot of fun with it, dude. Like, for real, I was going hard. And unfortunately, I destroyed my gut in the process. You know, guys, I like to make jokes like pretending to be a giant bell and bumping the camera when I do dances, but the truth is, man, I have a serious condition. I have leaky gut syndrome.
Leaky
and
gut
unfortunately,
syndrome. He has leaky gut syndrome.
It's just, it's something that I've dealt with for a while, and I've been having pain in my gut too, which I believe is actually ammonia. Ammonia can occur when you have, when you don't have the right, what is it, amino acid, I believe is what it is. It's called L-glutamine, and this is something that your body can naturally produce, but if you go too hard, son, you can actually not get enough, and that's what creates ammonia in your body.
Better drink. Yeah, he was drinking rubbing alcohol. It's crazy. Why? What?
At least one reason anyway, but there could be other factors that could lead to ammonia. But for me, I'm just talking about me here. That's what caused it, and I'm pretty sure that's why I have pain in my gut. Because I recently went to the doctor, and she said that it's not my liver that's hurting. So that was a relief, son. That was a relief.
That's Bebop.
You know,
Bebop
guys,
was the pig, and
the thing is,
Rocksteady
man,
was
you
the
know,
rhino. I'm gonna
I
set my little
understand I
dog.
can't control fate.
I can't control fate.
You know, whatever happens, happens. But I don't want to give my haters that dub, you know, of getting fucking liver failure, because that would be the end of the Genesis. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, everyone was saying he must have like a fatty liver or something, and that's why his midsection is so bloated. But I think it is just like his gut is bloated. He has like probably irritable bowel syndrome and acid reflux. He is always sipping on water
Guys,
all
if
the
my
time.
liver went out, that would be a game over.
Yeah, that is a game over.
And you know, as much as I hate this world, I don't feel right. I don't feel quite ready to leave yet. You know what I mean? I've already gone this far. You know, I had some stupid little fucking asshole degenerate ask me, you know, why don't you just end yourself? Well, because, dipshit, I like living in your head. That's really what I live for more than anything, I gotta be honest, is living in my trolls' heads. I really enjoy trolling. I think it's great. I think everyone should do it. To me, it's being a system hacker. Because when you're beyond this world, dude, life is boring. And trolling is fun. You know what I mean?
See, he simultaneously is like, oh, I get trolled and I'm a victim, I'm gang stalked, I'm harassed. But then he's also like, trolling is fun, bro.
It's fun to fuck with people, dude. Let's just call it for what it is, dude. And like I was saying on Twitter too, bro, you know, when you can understand that you're beyond labels, that as a human being, you know, you're much, much more than that. That's how you evolve as a person. That's the only way you can really, truly level up, man. And my haters, they're all stuck in labels and bullshit like that. They will never go anywhere because of that. You know, they don't really know themselves as people. They just, you know, they're lost. And I'm praying for them, and that's okay. You know, it's okay to be lost in life. I was lost when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? I was what you would call a loser. Okay? It's okay to lose
He was
in this world,
what
though.
you would call
You know
a
what I'm
loser.
saying? You don't want to be the winner in this world.
You don't want to be the winner. You're actually the winner if you're the loser, is what Jared is saying, I think. I think that's what I just caught from what he said.
In a sense, you want to be the loser.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
But I was not...
I'm actually the winner because I'm the loser, bro.
Making the advances that I need to make, we'll just say that. But yeah, bro, I mean, I'm not exactly sure how to say it, but like, you don't want to be a winner in this world. You know
You don't
what
want
I
to be a
mean?
winner.
I mean, you want to stack money, yeah, stack the paper, you know, fulfill your...
This is coming from a guy who doesn't even have an ID or a bank account and says he doesn't want one. I don't know how he thinks he's going to buy all this crypto.
Dreams. But you shouldn't want to be accepted, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, You know, I love to quote this guy, G.G. Allen, but he was a psychopath, and I don't condone the shit that he did, but I love his message, though, about being the most hated. You know, to me, that's what makes a great Christian, is to be hated by the world. Because Jesus Christ said himself, in order to follow me, you must give up the ways of this world. This world, guys, is full of sin. It's full of demonic activity. It's full of degeneracy. You don't want to be part of it. It will steal your soul. So do whatever you can to just make your
G.G. Allen, the ultimate
path.
Christian.
And it is then you will find true happiness. And it's a path that I'm still trying to make
Practically
for myself.
Jesus Christ himself.
You know, my online journey of video making, it's been a challenge, you know, just sort of finding my flow. The haters, they aren't really that's not really the big challenge. The biggest challenge for me when it came to video making was just finding what works for me. That's all it really was. Because let's just face it, dude. I mean, without haters, it would have been boring. You know what I mean? It would have been boring. So I'm glad all that lolcow shit happened. Really, I am. Because I remember the days of, you know, 10 subscribers, 5 views per video. I remember those days. You know, before I had all this fucking drama. It was boring. I like what I have now.
So you like, okay, then don't say you're gang stalked. Then, if you like this shit.
And it gives my channel, you know, traffic, all that shit. It helps me in the long run.
So don't complain about it anymore.
So, what am I trying to say, guys? I don't know, dude. Just make your own path in this world and be careful. Because I'll tell you guys, man, there's a lot of crabs and fucking buckets. And
there's a lot of crabs
like
and
to
fucking
target,
buckets.
I don't want to say weak people, but they like to target people who they know are vulnerable in some ways. You know what I mean? Like if you have a health condition or what have you, these are cowards and that's how they roll. You know, they don't pick on people.
That's how those cowards roll.
Who they know, what am I trying to say? They don't pick on people who they know aren't vulnerable, I guess. They go for people who stand out. You know, if you look at lolcows like Wings of Redemption, DSP Gaming, these are people who would generally be seen as the outcast of society. You know, the nerd, the redneck, the what have you. For me, you know, it was the creep. And that's okay, dude. You know, I don't care what people have to say about me. And honestly, if you get triggered by me using the term spiritual connection,
the spiritual connection thing. So the whole video where he said he would date people of any age if they had a spiritual connection. He's going to defend this. He's going to defend that right now.
That tells me all I need to know about you. You're a demon.
If you have a problem with the way he used spiritual connection, then you're a demon. There's something wrong with you. You're just a demon if you have a problem with that.
You're sick and you have nothing in your soul. So that really helps me understand
you have no
what
soul.
I'm going against in this spiritual battle. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't need to, clarify it. I know that I'm triggering very sick demonic entities. And I can tell this 100%, bro. Like I am
demonic entities. It's him, the godly, just and true warrior of Jesus Christ, against us, the demonic entities. He's on the side of good, guys. We're just demons.
Really bringing out the freaks.
We're just demons.
People who are just truly demented. And guys, I'm honestly praying for these people. I am. Because I know these kinds of people were the ones that were likely, sexually abused as children. They were the ones.
Why do you automatically go there?
To probably never, were paid much attention by their parents. Never really had friends, that kind of thing. I know these kinds of people, bro. I grew up with these kinds of people.
No, you didn't grow up with
I, in
these
a way,
kinds of
was
people.
that kind of person as a kid. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a lot of friends. You know, I was never sexually abused, and I'm grateful for that. But
Good for you.
I was an outcast as a kid. I was the the misfit toy, if you wanna call it that. What's that movie? That Christmas movie? Fucking Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yes, the
Misfit
island,
Island or whatever.
the
That
island
was
of
me,
misfit
bro.
toys, Jared.
I was totally the goddamn dog with the polka dots or whatever. A fucking squirt gun that squirts jelly. That was such a great movie. I love that
What a
shit. I
weird
love the holidays.
tangent.
Anyways, guys, that's what I got for you, man. I hope this video can help someone out. Be careful when
Okay, so he just said, that's all I got for you. How much longer does the video go? It goes for like 3 more minutes.
comes to overtraining.
He was overtraining. Yeah, that's what the video was originally about. Now it's like, what the fuck?
I'm going to start taking L-glutamine, and apparently that will help you crave less sugar. So that definitely works in my favor, bro. But yeah, dude, I was just going to say real quick too, man, that B12 had me rolling yesterday. Like, I am still tired. I actually took a nap. I haven't taken a nap in fucking years, dude. Like, literally. That's how tired I was. I actually fell asleep during the day, and I'm not on a bad sleep pattern either. So yeah, it was like 200,000 daily recommended or whatever. That's why it comes in a bottle. I had someone mention that, like, why not just take a multivitamin? It's because it's literally like 100 times more than the average, you know.
Yeah, he got all these vitamins. Vitamins aren't cheap, too. That's what he's spending his money on. Like, why is he getting vitamins?
Dose that you would get on a multivitamin. So that's why I would recommend just getting B12. If you feel like you have a slow metabolism or low energy, yeah, that shit will pick you up like fucking meth, bro. It really fucking
It'll pick
will.
you up like meth?
So I'm going to keep...
Aren't you the one that accuses everyone else of doing meth and all these other drugs? Spice, which is so weird and random.
taking that, guys, and we'll see where it takes me, and I'm excited to see where it takes me, bro, because I know good things are in store for the Genesis, and my haters know that too, and that's why they're scared and fucking desperate and doing everything they can to stop me, bro. They are fucking terrified, guys, and I'm sure people see that. Like, a lot of people, they see the shit show, and you know, I don't blame these people for not interacting with me. They probably just don't want to get involved in drama. But in case some of you guys are wondering, that's the reason why I have lurkers too. It's because it's people who are just freaked out by my haters. And
Then why do you ban all your lurkers, which is the weirdest thing to ever do if you want to grow a channel of any
want to be
kind?
involved in the drama? But they see the shit show, bro, and I'm not talking about me. Okay, I'm talking about them, you know. I mean, just look at people like Chris, dear Lord. I mean, that guy is just a complete wreck, dude. Benny, he's no better than him.
Huh?
Benny may not be a racist, but he's just as scummy as Chris, dude. And
I'm
fucking
Chris.
Wizard, I mean,
I'm like,
that guy
I'm
is just,
scummy.
he needs no introduction, bro.
I have to let my dog out of the room really quick.
He's truly a sick demon cunt who needs Jesus. Quite
Everybody
badly,
needs
but
Jesus.
Anyways, guys,
You need Jesus. You could be just like Jared if you just find Jesus.
That's pretty much what I got for you on today's rant. Enjoy the shit.
He has like a pet name for me, like Benny Boy, like
shit show. Also enjoy the shit show of the world. Apparently Biden just took us to war. Oh boy.
I don't know where he's getting this news from. No, we're not at war.
Better start investing in crypto, guys. Now is the time to do it.
So why aren't you doing it? Oh, because you don't have any money. Because you need real money to buy crypto money. You need actual, like, real currency to buy crypto.
Because the stock market is about to crash. So, anyways, guys, yeah, that's what I got for you. Jared Genesis out.
Yeah, you know what I am saying, bro? Do you know what I am saying, bro? So, yeah, that's pretty much what I got today. I want to thank everyone for getting us to almost 53%. That's a big help. I'm glad we were able to get this rolling here and get us into a better position going into tomorrow's show. Got a lot of stuff going on. Got like, pet needs I have to take care of. So like getting it at 50% now is very beneficial for some like financial reasons out there. So I appreciate it. I will see all you guys tomorrow on the show. I hope you have a great night or rest of your day. I always say night, but it's like it's only like 1 p.m. for me. Got some things I got to take care of. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.